It's time to push play on New Zealand cricket. All of the Black Caps, White Ferns, and Super Smash matches. Live and on demand on Spark Sport.
Welcome into Seddon Park in Hamilton. Beautiful Seddon Park. Bathed in sunshine here for the Dream11 Super Smash, proudly presented by KFC. It's the Stags taking on the Knights here, and we're about 10 minutes away from the action. A nice crowd has built in the double header. We've already seen the Hinds and the Spirit. The Spirit getting home with just a ball to spare, but it's now the Knights' turn. They're taking on the Stags. The Stags come here the Knights are 0 from 3, and the Stags 2 from 3, so they're looking to continue that start. I've got Matt McEwen in beside me. Macca, the Knights have won the toss, and on Devicic, no hesitation in having a bowl.
Yeah, having a bowl, and I think the key to that one is going to be the spin. The ball getting a bit wetter later in the night, and so getting those spinners into the game early with the likes of the two Walker brothers, and then obviously Devi bowling himself.
Well, you look at the top of that. You look at the top of the Stags lineup and go no further than the captain for today, George Worker. He's in for Tom Bruce, who's on paternity leave. He'll open up with Christian Leppard. A little bit of a change there.
Yeah, Leppard comes to the top of the order, obviously. Yeah, and then like Dane Cleaver, that top three powerful big hitters, are going to look to try and obviously clear the rope early in that power play.
Absolutely, and a little bit further down there, you've got Josh Clarkson, Doug Bracewell. They had a bit of fun at Pukakura Park last week.
Oh, did they? What they like their home ground, and as you can see, they love to clear the hip and go as big as they can, and they won't be shying away tonight towards the big ground. But no ground holds those guys.
And the pace of Scott Kugelline up front, and maybe Matt Fisher as well for the Knights.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones where I think Coogie last game got a little bit wound up and against Hamish Rutherford. But if he gets it right, he can be a real handful, swinging that ball early and then obviously bowling real quick.
And what is it like to chase under these lights here? Is that a significant factor potentially?
Yeah, I think the wicket will probably stay the same, but I think it'll just slide onto the bat a little bit with that little bit of moisture later in the evening.
Absolutely. Well, the fans are starting to come in here. It's going to be a great night for some T20 cricket. And I think we might be able to cross down live now to George Harper Jr. He might be down sideline, and he's got Stags. Quickman, Seth Rance.
A few showers earlier on, put the panic up us, but it's come out to be a beautiful day, and there's quite a big crowd here, so it's exciting.
The boys have won the toss, and they've been doing the job with the bat. How nice has that been to watch for you?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to watch when you're on the sidelines injured, but they've gone pretty well. To score 220 twice is pretty incredible.
How is the injury going, mate?
Not too bad. Done a bit of running and bowling today, so a couple of weeks away and back into it.
Nice, and obviously Pookie Park's an exciting little ground. What do you think is a good total for the boys to be aiming for out here?
We've talked a little bit. The pitch looks a little bit slow, so we're picking maybe 140 would be a good score. Touch on the slow side, but first 5-6 overs we'll certainly know, and we've got a lot of depth in our batting too.
Pitch like this is nice for you to just roll the finger overs a few. You might be a bit jealous.
Yeah, it would have been good to be out there. It swings here too, so it is what it is.
Well, Seth, we really appreciate your time. The media requirements as an injury man is always fantastic. So good luck today, mate, and wish the boys the best.
Cheers, thanks.
All right, Willie Nichols, I think we've got you back up there. It is sweltering hot down here, so if I was the Stags, I'd be pretty happy on batting first.
Thank you, George, out there with Seth Barnes. Nice to see him. Obviously, fair few games for the Black Caps and the Stags. Not playing tonight, though. Matt McEwen up here in the commentary box. Well, the scene is really set. It's a beautiful evening here. Fans in on the bank. And it's going to be the Knights versus the Stags. The Knights having a bowl first.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute ripper. I think if they can get off to a hot start with the ball in hand, it will obviously change the game. And then obviously with their batting lineup, they'll come hard. Both teams will come hard at the top. It's sort of, I think the game-changing moment could be which team destroys the power play more than the other.
Absolutely, and there's obviously batters and bowlers, so you can only do as much as the bowling side let you, but we talked about the power in the Central Stags lineup, and it really is quite mouthwatering when you read down the names there.
Yeah, it is. Kieran Nuema Barnett, he's held a massive domination over the finishing touches of most innings.
All right, well, George has found another guest down there. He's on fire at the moment. Might be another injured player from the Knights, Anurag Verma.
All right, you know, this commentary game only gets better. We've got Anurag Verma to join us today, mate. Thanks for joining us in the commentary. We'll be up there soon. But how are you, firstly? A little injury, but you're not too far away.
Yeah, it's bloody good to be here, actually. Probably about a week away. Had a little bit of a side strain in the last one-day game last year, so we'll be back soon.
Nice, and you know, obviously to get your commentary voice on is going to be exciting. What are your thoughts on watching the boys going at it tonight?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. First time doing this, so been watching a lot of commentary on TV and trying to take some notes. But
hopefully not too much of us. You know.
No. Yesterday was it was unbelievable. You know, felt like a packed house in Seddon Park, and nothing like it. So,
mate, you've played a lot of cricket at this ground. It's a lovely cricket ground to play at. What do you think the conditions are going to be like? What's a defendable total out there today?
I mean, the ground dimensions always are pretty small here, so anything's pretty gettable second innings. But generally, can get a little bit dewy second innings, so it can kiss on a little bit. But yeah, I think anything around 180 should be very, very
well,
good.
Anton obviously won the toss, and maybe those things were in his mind. The skidding on later would be nicer for him to maybe bet on in the evening.
Yeah, I think he said he hasn't won a toss for about 8 games, so actually that was bloody marvellous. I think we're on the right track. Maybe that's why we haven't been winning. So yeah, tonight.
Yeah, well, the Stags, these boys have been batting well. You might be happy you're not bowling against them with the form their batsmen have been in.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The game at Pukekura Park was a good one to miss as a bowler. But yeah, I mean, no, they got a fantastic batting lineup, so we've got our work cut out. But I think the boys will be fine.
Well, it's exciting. We are not far away from first ball. The umpires to our left are running out. It's going to be a stunner. George Worker, he's ready to go. He's been hitting it extremely well. So Anurag, let's get up there. Let's enjoy it from the stands because it's game time.
Thank you very much, George. And Anurag Verma down there with a few insights as the Central Stags openers are on their way. Matt McEwen beside me. Your Dream11 game changer players to watch out here for tonight's match, Matt.
Yeah, I've gone for the 2 wicket keepers, the 2 powerhouse hitters. You know, we've got the likes of Dane Cleaver. He's had a great summer this season. He's been with the New Zealand A team for quite a bit of the summer, and then he's now come back to the Staggies. He hasn't had a great start to the T20 campaign, but hey, when he gets going, watch out. And then the likes of Tim Seifert. The last time he was out here, 99 against the touring Pakistanis, and watch out for him at the top of the order. If he gets going, could be over very, very quickly.
Absolutely, and you got to think the man in the middle with the captain's armband tonight, George Worker, well, he's been on fire so far in the competition. A couple of back-to-back 70s at Pukekura Park helping his side get over the line. It seems like he's been around forever, old George, isn't he? He's a fantastic fella and a pretty top-class batsman. I think 100 first-class games he brought up in the season. He's played for the Black Caps and he's out here leading his side tonight. He's going to take the first ball, but a quick word on him.
Yeah, Georgie, he's been a bit of a journeyman as well. He's got around the country, played a couple of seasons for Canterbury, and then got back home to the green in CD. And if he starts early, we'll be having a good time.
Looks like it's going to be young Matt Fisher to open up. He's pretty slippery, Macca.
Yeah, he is. They've sort of left him out of their one-day campaign so far, and this is where they've let him rip. And he's bowling quick, and I hope this wicket, has a good bit of pace and bounce in it for him, and it'll be good to watch.
Well, he's got a slip in here. We're all ready to go. The Knights and the Stags. Dream11 Super Smash. Oh, and he's right on the button, and Worker works him away through point. He's underway. The Stags open their account.
Yeah, it's a great shot just to get off the mark, get down the other end, see what the wicket's doing, and now it brings Christian Leopard on strike, and this guy has got it all. He hits it everywhere. If he gets going, it's gonna fly. He's a guy that looks quite leg side-ish, but hey, watch him walk at the bowler and hit him straight back over his head.
Yeah, great opportunity for the young man. I'm told he's an absolute dynamo on the yo-yo test.
Oh yeah, one of the best in the country, and yeah, I can't say how good I am on that either. So.
For sure, and he's on that leg side that you spoke about, and it's well rolled of the wrists. That'll go away for 4. The first boundary of the innings. Christian Leopard, he's underway.
Yeah, it's a nice wee work off the legs there, and Joey Walker just couldn't get down, and it just trickles across the boundary rope down there at fine leg.
Fisher just erring in line, and Leopard good enough to catch up with it and place it.
Geez, he's going to have to go fetch the ball now. Ball's come back around the fielders and they've cleared him at the top of his bowling mark, and now he's picking it up from deep long on.
Not the way to treat your big fast bowler. Might be a bit more heat on this as he pushes in from the far end. Oh, this one's down the leg side again and wide. Pressure on the bowling side early.
Yeah, this is all ground that you can sort of, that 180, 190, and that's a tough chase in the end of the night. They'll be looking to sort of start it a nice clip and then obviously build with the power hitting of the likes of Clarkson, Bracewell and Nuema Barnett down the bottom of the order.
Right on the money there. It squirts out to backward square. He'll get down the other end and bring Worker on strike. George Worker, 177 runs so far this competition. He is leading the way. And he's captain tonight, Matt.
Yeah, he's got the armband on, and yeah, I guess he's no real stranger to obviously being a senior figure in that CD group, and there's no reason why he won't do a bad job here. He might even give himself a bowl.
I'm trying to think the last time George Worker did have a bowl. Down Bookie. Oh, change of pace and dropped in. Clever cricket. Well run.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see Christian Leopard getting run out too many times unless he really sells himself up the river. He's seriously quick between the wickets.
This is an absolute whippet. And I've just been confirmed from the back of the box from Anurag Verma that, yes, George Worker did bowl a couple in Pookie. That's why you get the players in the box for that intel. And it's great to have him in here at the moment. Coming back from injury, bit of a side strain, but he's going to be not far away. This one full and just punched up to mid-off there. Anton Devicic, the captain, does the fielding. Some good experience in this night side as well when you look at Brownlee and Devicic, two wily campaigners. And when you 0 from 3, I suppose a bit of experience in the group can really help.
Oh, definitely. You know, Anton Devicic obviously showed his class the other night, obviously in a losing cause, 103 not out. And, you know, it's one of those ones shown the way.
It's Fisher to bowl here. It's dabbed and they'll run. Well run too. Another single to go with the 4 and the wide. Just the one dot ball this over. It's been a good start from the Stags there. They'll take 9 off the first. Welcome back to a sun-drenched Seddon Park here in Hamilton. An absolutely beautiful evening for this Dream11 Super Smash encounter. The Stags, they've been put into bat by the Knights. George Worker and Christian Leopard out in the middle in a pretty solid start. 9 off the first, but it's going to be black cap Scott Kugelheim to bowl from the commentary end. And he bowls a pretty heavy ball, Matt.
Yeah, Coogie, I love his run-up. I think it's one of the greatest things in world cricket.
Under the eyes, dab down to mid-on. Mid-on was wide. He had to do a lot of work there. Christian Leopard looking for 2. George Worker says, no thank you. I'll have the strike for the second one here.
Yeah, Freddie Walker, got down and gave a great diving effort there to stop the 2. And that's pangs it back into my game changer, Tim Seifert.
Yep, Tim Seifert. He's up to 3rd in the run scoring charts for this Dream11 Super Smash competition. Of course, burst onto the scene maybe a couple of seasons ago. Scored the 100 down at Bay Oval, and he's been a mainstay in the Black Caps ever since. So that's what the competition can do for you if you want to make a name for yourself. And Christian Leopard, he's getting that chance today. Obviously, Ben Smith coming into the lineup as well with Tom Bruce, the captain, away. It's George Worker on strike. Short and dab down. Another good single, tight, but as you mentioned, Christian Leopard across the ground, he is fast.
Yeah, he's very quick, but Cardinal Clark at backward point, that's a great little piece of fielding. Went with the wee throw between the legs, and I saw him do that the other night, and I was like thinking that's something he obviously practices, and yeah, I can't wait to see that run out, and I'll definitely be talking about that.
Always a good appreciation of fielding from Matt McEwen, who's joined us in the box, and Courtney Clark, he's at the top of the order for the Knights alongside Tim Cypher. We'll see them a little bit later on. But he's done all right for a start to his career as well. Another young man. You come across him?
Yeah, another young man. I unfortunately
So many young men.
Yeah, I haven't actually played him yet, but I'm sure if I bowled a couple of half volleys to him, he'd nick one of them.
Kugelheim again with that distinctive run-up. It's on the legs and it's whipped away from Leopard. That's a great scoring area for him. We saw him get off the mark in the first over like that. He picks up his second boundary.
Yeah, he hasn't really got any out of the middle as of yet, but hey, that's a nice way to get off the mark.
Well, you mentioned that was a scoring zone for him, and if you're good enough to catch up with it and place it, we know the angles here at Seddon Park. You can find the boundary, that left fine leg and deep square, no hope. Leopard, he's 11 off 6. He's going nicely. Kugelheim, no slip here. Trying to get some dots. Oh, and that did kiss through. Seifert takes it almost head height. Good carry.
Yeah, it's great carry and bounce. At this time of the night, just as the lights are slowly starting to take effect, those shadows across the ground at the moment, it must make it a little bit interesting just with the, the differences in light.
Yeah, well, if anyone's going to get it to fire through to the keeper, it's Scott Kugelheim. Consistently up in the 140s, would you say? Kilometres per hour?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Manualised speed gun. Change of pace. It's well placed and Worker backing up nicely. They'll get through for the single. That's what it's about at the top, isn't it, Mac? If you can score boundaries, sure, but also ticking the strike over, keeping the ones, keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, I guess it makes those overs that go for, six singles and then you throw a boundary in there. That takes it up to that 10, 11 run over, and that really makes the difference in these sorts of games.
It's Matt McEwen mathematics there. We know the sentiment, though. Put the ones between the boundaries. Oh, that's quick and width and flash from Worker. He's so good with those hands, but couldn't get that one away. It's 16 for none after 2. Yes, if you're just joining us, the Northern Knights won the toss here in the second Dream11 Super Smash match of the day. Elected to bowl. A good crowd in here at Seddon Park. 2 quality teams going at it with plenty of firepower. Fisher offers width and again through to the keeper. Leopard just indicating that one potentially slight change up.
Yeah, it's the thing. It could be the day for those sort of cross seam deliveries, the one that sort of skid through, and then the one that holds itself in the wicket, and then obviously the changes of pace. Then obviously at the end of the innings, those wide holes, the Yorkers, and those sorts of things. No reason why Kugi won't be using the bouncer as well.
Goes across his stump, smacks it straight to point. Well played, bounced it off the block. The man was in position. No one out there on the boundary. We've got a third man, a deep square, or deep backward square. Macca, what does that tell you about the tactics?
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones where we're looking for that ball like into the hip, out to the leg side, and then obviously trying to make him play down the ground. So then they're using that third man.
Oh, it's hit him in front.
Oh, Clark. Oh.
Clark round from backward point. Sliding just down leg, or potentially he's hit it. I actually thought that was pretty good on first watch.
Yeah, I am pretty much sitting directly behind that, and I thought that was not a bad shout, but hey, the shot might got him away with it.
The old stump mic not really helping us a lot there.
Here's a replay.
Sharp delivery, but you can see from that angle that is going down leg. Thank goodness we are not standing out there as the umpire. Fisher getting up a nice work of pace here. He started with 3 dot balls.
Poor ball.
The changes in the pace, Matt McEwen, it really gets me these days. It's like almost half the balls are no longer, at full pace. It's slow ball bounces, it's change-ups almost every delivery.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that if you don't have 2 or 3, well, 2 or 3 is probably the bare minimum. You're sort of looking at that 4 or 5 different variations in slow ball, out the back of the hand, the cutters, the cross seamers, and then obviously a few other ones that some players obviously don't like to disguise, I guess.
Slight change in the field for George Worker, the left-hander. Both men out on square. Oh, and it's short and struck him. A nasty brute of a delivery.
It's a lovely delivery. Just bounced off a length, and maybe that cross seam and just hit the strings and just, there it goes.
Oh, yeah, back of the hand. He's played plenty of cricket, George, but that's raced onto him, banging down the pitch.
This could see a change in George's mindset.
A few giggles there in amongst the Stags camp. Yeah, that was a nasty lifting delivery, wasn't it? Matthew Fisher, just 21 years of age, getting up the left-handed veteran. That's width, and it's slashed away for 4.
Yeah, if I was ever going to say an onion for a batsman like George Worker, that is the short and wide one outside off stump and beautifully put away through backward point. And there was no chance out there for Cartney Clark.
Yep, pace on the ball. He'd been struck on the hand the ball before, but he said, thank you very much, open the face. And 4 runs, 21 for none after 3. Well, if they keep going like the worm reckons, we could be in for a world record total. It's going to be Scott Kugelheim, so they're 2 quicks getting 2 up top each. Leopard on strike. Oh, big swing and a miss. Everyone up on the offside, looking to go through or over the covers. There is Dane Cleaver, the wicket keeper. What's the tactics here from Scott Kugelheim, Matt? Is he looking to take a wicket? Is he looking to contain, or a bit of both?
Oh, I think it's one of those ones in the top 6. You're just trying to create a wicket somewhere just to get your side off to a good start.
Let's see if they can expose the Stags middle order, but at the moment the opener's doing the job. Oh, straight back over the bowler's head. Held the shot. And they'll get a couple. Anton Devicic herring away down there. Cleans up well.
It's a lovely piece of fielding from Devi. He's got a good arm on him as well, so there's no chance to come back for 3, even though Leopard is very quick.
Held the pose well. Stayed in the shape. Didn't want to balloon it. Potentially another off pace.
Yeah, I think they're using those off paces quite well at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see. They haven't really looked to swing the ball a lot yet, but with these white balls, they can tend to swing after about 3rd or 4th over.
Down the leg side, and it will be a wide. The half appeal as you do down leg, Matt.
Oh, you've got to do those ones. You've got to try and trick the umpire into thinking that it's not a wide.
Beautiful night here in Hamilton, and a good crowd up on the bank there. Double header, the districts taking on each other.
It's really people really starting to roll in here. It's going to be a great night. The weather's cleared and it's been quite a nice warm afternoon.
Hamilton on the house, I think, was the slogan from the team. They do a good job here at Northern Districts Cricket. Oh, outside half. Down to 3rd man. Got to have your 3rd man in perfect position here with these short little boundaries. You can either side and it's gone for 4.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Kugelheim with his extra little bit of pace as well, just sort of anything that's off the outside edge tends to fly away to the boundary, and he's got his fielders in the good position at the moment. He's using those sort of more of a squarer, fine leg and third man, so it's been good.
All right, well, Kugelheim over the wicket. He's been having a good ding-dong battle with George Worker here last over. What have they got for us this time? Gives himself room, chops it away. That's what we mentioned, the short boundary there, either side of third man, boundary 4.
Yeah, I guess that's where the third man being a touch wider as he has been, and then obviously Georgie's gone quite fine there, and it's just tickled away down to the third man boundary 4.
Yeah, he's cut that off about middle and leg stump. Gave himself room, obviously. Knew where the short boundary was, targeted it. You take it off the edge as well, all part of that shot.
Oh, you take any runs in the power play, I think.
Dion Abraham, the assistant coach there with the Stags, formerly with Canterbury. Kugelheim in again. This one tucks Worker up. It's good enough, just a soft hands into mid-wicket. And Dean Brownlee does the fielding down there. Dean Brownlee, another man who's been involved with the scene for a long time, been with the Black Caps, still doing it out on the circuit, and he could be a key man later tonight with the run chase, Matt.
Yeah, ball sliding onto Brownlee's bat, and yeah, he's played some serious innings in his time, and he plays very, very good square of the wicket, and it's one of those ones he probably will stay in his crease unless it's against the spinners, where he'll have a good run down the wicket and try and pongo it straight.
One to come in the Kugelheim over. Can't get it through. That man there, Dean Brownlee. A good finish to the over by Scott Kugelheim. It's 30 for none after the first 4. All right, we're going to have a change in the bowling. It's Brett Hampton going to come into the attack. We've also had a change upstairs where I'm delighted to say we've been lucky enough to be graced by a Northern Knight who's unfortunately not playing tonight. Anurag Verma, welcome to the commentary box. Yeah, clearly you're not out there. What's the story?
Good evening, Willie. Good evening, viewers. Yeah, it's great to be here in the com box. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing not to be playing today, but yeah, we're back soon.
Yeah, rehabilitation on track.
Yeah, it's going okay. It's a bit of a patience thing, so.
Here's Hampton. Worker getting outside the line, but whips it around behind square. Won't take 2.
It's a poor throw out to Tim. He'll be pretty disappointed with that. Those little things make him quite grumpy, actually. So.
Is he a bit of a barking dog out there, Tim Seifert?
Yeah, he can actually. I think last game, Brett Hampton threw one in first ball and hit him flush on the toe, and he was a bit limping after that, so it wasn't a great start.
What's been the chat leading into this game, Nareg? I mean, you don't need people to keep telling you you're yet to get a win, but you haven't been far away in a couple of those.
Yeah, I mentioned to George out there in the middle before that, Anton hasn't won a toss yet, so I think in about 8 games, so we've won that today, so I think we're on to,
a good start.
Yeah, that's the one, and we need a win. Simple as that.
Let's go. Right, and Hampton, of course, coming on first change here. So Fisher and Kugelheim up front, 2 quick premier bowlers. Give them the best chance with the new ball. Is that the theory behind bowling them both too?
Yeah, I think, especially Matt, I think it's his 5th game. Good to get guys like that in early. And then obviously Brett's played a little bit more cricket, so.
Likes to hit the pitch. Oh, that's wonderful shot. Didn't quite get it, and it won't actually go.
It's quite a damp outfield, Seddon Park, so the balls tend to plug a lot if you hit them in the air, so you've got to make sure you run them pretty hard.
Yeah, we'll see it here. He gave himself room, and it just stopped there. Good piece of work, though. Scott Kugelheim, I think, going back there. Christian Leopard, played against him much?
Yeah, I have actually. I played a little bit of, I think he plays for Hawke's Bay, so we've had a few games. Yeah, no, he's a very good young player, right?
He's getting an opportunity tonight at the top of the order. Giving himself room again, digs it out. It's well bowled by Hampton.
I think their normal opener, Wiggins, he went down sick today, so Leopard gets his chance to get up the order. And he opened the batting last year and had some success, so he's a very tidy player, isn't he? Nice on the eye, just had some nice cricket shots, really. Yeah,
young man build with a big future, and he's getting a good opportunity out here tonight. Oh, and he smacks that. One bounce over mid-wicket. Stand and deliver.
What a shot. A little bit shorter, wasn't it? And he was onto that pretty quickly.
Just able to stand and wait and dispatch to the mid-wicket fence. One bounce. Not a massive boundary over there, but boy, he caught that flush. Hampton wanting to use the bouncer for the over. Two to come. Oh, and this one's full, but it's worked out. Dean Brownlee sweeping around. GA in charge this year, Graham Aldridge.
Yeah, he's been very, very good with the boys. He's obviously played a lot for ND, and a lot of the guys have played with him. I played a lot with him. He was actually my school teacher as well back in the day. So,
oh, wow. What school was that?
At Hamilton Boys High.
Hamilton Boys. Very good.
Yeah, he just brings a lot of calmness to the group. He's pretty level-headed, and yeah, I think it's all about attitude and working hard with him. You know, he knows the results will take care of themselves if we, you know, yeah, just keep working hard and be good people.
Anurag Verma of the Knights with me up here in the commentary box. Can you tell us a little bit about the pre-season trip to BJ Wattlings? I don't know if you're involved in that, but sounded like some good team building stuff, some good old school stuff.
Yeah, it was very old school actually. So we went out to BJ's farm in the middle of nowhere really, and had a bit of a camping experience. Neil Wagner, Colin de Gronholm sort of set up a little bit of a barbie, and they cooked up a lot of meat as they do, you know, South African guys.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we had a couple of drinks. Yeah, just a good old-fashioned bonding trip really. It's bloody freezing actually.
You love to hear it.
Had my $6 Kmart tent, which did the job.
Right, did do the job?
Yep. Wasn't quite waterproof, but yeah.
The old midwinter trip. Well, it's Zach Gibson into the attack here, and had a fairly good start to the competition as well, Anurag.
Yeah, he bowled really, really well last game actually. 3 for, I think, for not many actually, pick at the bowlers. This is a very tough over. The last over, George will be looking to come pretty hard here.
This one tucks him up. It's well bowled.
Generally, your 5th and 6th overs are the crucial overs you give to the most experienced guys, and Zach's obviously been going pretty well, so he's got that responsibility today.
Especially when the openers are still at the crease, so all 10 wickets still in hand, and plenty of firepower to come when you look down that order from a Knights perspective. Yeah, it's going to be a good challenge tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got a lot of firepower actually. You know, Clarkson, Bracewell, Amir Barnett. So yeah, it'd be nice for the Knights to get a couple of quick wickets here.
Leopard down the track, smacked, but caught. That's out. Freddie Walker comes around. Zach Gibson's got the opening breakthrough.
Yeah, that is outstanding. A little bit of change of pace there by Zach. Sort of sensing that Leopard was going to come at him, and yeah, it's worked out beautifully, and Freddie Walker just pouches another one.
Oh, Anurag Verma, you called it. They were going to look to attack in the final over of the power play. Leopard, he came down, he just clothed it, and Freddie Walker does the job.
Yeah, he's absolutely clothed that one. He'll be pretty livid with that. But yeah, really good to get a wicket here.
Oh, it's going to be Dane Cleaver by the looks of it, the wicket keeper, who's going to come in for Christian Leopard, the man out.
Yeah, Cleaver, another dangerous player. Scored a lot of runs of late in the last 3 to 4 seasons actually. He's obviously got his call up for New Zealand Day for the odd game here and there. So.
And married in the off season, I believe, as well.
Yeah, there's a few guys going down actually. A lot of guys getting married, a lot of babies being born, and
fantastic.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Going down and going up, really, isn't it? You know, it's good stuff. Well, Zach Gibson, he's come on and he's made the breakthrough. 23-year-old. Seem to recall we're winning the New Zealand Māori Cricket Scholarship a few years ago, and he's kicked on now, fully contracted with the Northern Districts. Speaking of Northern Districts, how have you found since your switch? You come from Wellington?
Yeah, well, obviously left Northern Districts to go to Wellington for a few years, and
Yeah.
I didn't really, miss my family and friends here, so it's really good to be back here. Yeah, love Hamilton. It's one of the greatest places.
How could you not on
planet,
it?
actually,
Yes,
yeah.
on a night like this. Cleaver's first ball stands tall and cuts, and that'll get him underway.
Yeah, Zach's a very, very good athlete, actually. He could have easily played rugby as well.
Right. Who does top the Northern Knights beat tests and the fitness?
Fitness, Joey Walker, actually. He's an absolute running machine. Zach's up there. Brett Hampton's another phenomenal athlete, actually. Yeah, those guys are always sort of up there.
Oh, worker. Back, deep across. Looked like he wanted to hit that to Huntley and then sort of pulled out.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of interesting leaves, aren't we, in world cricket? Everyone's got their own, and that was an interesting one.
There's a man back there at deep square leg. Another off-pace delivery. Now they're going to put another one back there, going to bring up deep point.
Yeah, just trying to block off that boundary there.
Well, it's one run to go in, one ball rather, in the power play. If they can get out of this, 42 for 1, wouldn't be a bad result for the Knights.
It's looking to be nice and tight at his hip.
But Worker might have other ideas. And he slashes, and it slashes it away. That'll run, I'm sure of it, for 4. Courtney Clark's quick, but he's not quick enough. 4 runs to George Worker. That finishes the power play with a boundary. The Stags 46 for 1 after the first 6.
Well done on that power play call, Willie Nichols. Fantastic energy throughout, and well, Anurag, an interestingly poised match so far. I'd say all square at this stage.
Yeah, pretty modest start, isn't it, to T20 standards that we've seen lately. That wicket sort of brings it back into more even territory, but I'd say the Stags still would be pretty happy with that 46 runs on the board.
Yeah, that's right. We always expect 10 and over in these modern day 2020s, but this pitch has been proving quite tough to score runs on. We saw in the Hinds versus the Northern Spirit earlier today, the slower balls taking the pace off it. It was difficult to score straight down the ground. So a lot of square runs, but now the power play is done and dusted. The field is spread. And he made his debut last week, last game, and he was pretty impressive, wasn't he, young Freddie Walker? Comes into bowl.
Lovely start there.
Lovely start. Talking to him pre-game about his debut, he was just praying he wasn't going to get smoked for 50, so he'd be pretty happy to be back today and enjoying his early start to his T20 career.
Yeah, no, he's a lovely bowler. He's obviously born and bred in the Waikato. Produced a lot of good spinners over the years. His brother Joe Walker, obviously one of them. But Freddie's been doing really, really well of late. It's good to see him get an opportunity.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? Freddie and Joe, 2 spinners, but left and right arm combo. An interesting brother duo.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, but it's a good balance to have in the family, isn't it? You spin the ball both ways.
He'll be spinning it into Worker's arc. In for a second. Finesse, delicate touch for a single. Worker slowly compiling another nice innings. 20 off 15 deliveries.
Yeah, it's a used wicket too. It's had quite a lot of games on it, so it was a little bit tacky when I went out there pre-game. A little bit soft on top, so yeah, balls might be just holding a touch a little bit with that harder new ball.
Cleaver taking a couple to work out what that particular surface is doing. Yeah, Pakistan
Pakistan A were playing here against ND not long ago.
Yep, and I think the international game was on the same wicket too.
Around the wicket. A lot of movement from Cleaver, and clever, very clever movement over short fine leg, 4 runs.
That is just the modern day cricketer, isn't it? To be able to hit, all parts of the ground, and that's good improvisation by Cleaver. He knew he was going to bowl a little bit shorter, so he got inside that one and just used the pace, hit it over fine leg.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. Jumping around the crease line, we see it so often, batsmen going so deep into the crease. Better length, better result for Walker.
That's a lovely bowl, Freddie. I think that's going to be the key on this wicket with the spinners. It looks like if it's going to hold a little bit, just to be that touch fuller. Because if you bowl a little bit shorter, it might just sit up a little bit. So
yeah,
it's a nice start by Fred. I think he wouldn't mind him playing that shot that he'd played before.
No, that's right. And as he talks to his captain, Devsich, he might have a bowl later. He might be in the action with a catch. No, short.
And that's absolutely done Zach there. That spin off the turf. It's done a lot of players over the years. He's not the first.
He might get a little fine later this evening in the post-match, but that is over bowled. Stags, 52 for 1. Exciting stuff if you are just joining us. Stags playing their way into this match. You missed a thriller if you are just joining us in the Hinds versus the Spirit. Went right down to the wire. The Spirit were able to get over the line with just 1 ball to spare. Hinds very unlucky after a great fight back. But now it's time for the Dream11 Super Smash men's competition to light up the night here at Seddon Park, as the lights do start to take more of an effect. Zach Gibson, and for his second. And Cleaver just says, I'll take a look at this and I'll take my time. Straight to mid-wicket.
Nice hard length by Zach there. That's the bigger boundary to the leg side he's bowling to. So yeah, it's a good length to tuck him up, nice and tight.
Yeah, we've got third man, fine leg, a deep square and a long on, cover sweeper. Pretty stock standard stuff here. Where's he going to squeeze a boundary from? And he'll just nurse one into the gap. Could push for 2, but denied. Very slick fielding.
Good work out there by Matt Fisher. He's quite quick, isn't he? He's young, so you'd expect a lot of energy out there.
There's been some amazing matches at this ground. Plenty of good Black Caps matches in this ground, and a lot of one-day games, a lot of T20 games have been won on running into those pockets, taking those 2s. I remember Martin Guptill nearly ripped his hamstring off here one back in the day.
He's quick, isn't he, Martin?
Worker on strike. Slower ball, fluttered down to third man.
Yeah, it's good bowling by Zach. Not offering any width and length to work with, so pressure sort of building on the Stags a little bit.
Yeah, you can certainly tell that these boys were all watching the women's game beforehand. As I said, it was so exciting, and they were all watching and maybe taking notes with the amount of slower deliveries, taking the pace off it. Good start to the over.
See a little change in the field. Third man's just come up and mid-wicket's gone back.
And he comes. Oh, was that a leg spinner? What's he done there?
Yeah, that's a little out
Gibson,
of the back of the hand.
that is back of the hand. Good creativity from the local man.
He's got a very good slow ball, actually, so good to see him have that confidence tonight to use it.
That's right, that's what it's all about.
I think that's what we're going to see with this field, to be honest. Balls in the hip, sort of slower balls into the wicket, get hit out to the big side.
Deep cow has come in about 10 yards off the fence. Won't be required as Cleaver just gets a single to the cover sweeper. Moves to a saunterful 9 off 10. Brings on his skipper, George Worker, on strike.
Haven't seen a boundary for a while here, especially this over. It's been a tight over. I wouldn't be surprised, George, here if they actually try and go for it this last ball.
Yeah, well, no doubt about it. Worker, Beautiful ball and well played in the end. Worker just flicking one to third man like a fly rod.
Yeah, he swatted that one away. It's good. Very, very tight over by Zach. Well bowled.
57 for 1. The game is poised and I just feel something is about to crack. Freddie back on for his second over of the evening. The shadows getting ever so longer. He'll be bowling his spin into Worker, who is a ticking time bomb, I sense. 57 for 1, 8 overs. Boundary needed. Reverse, straight in front, but pitched outside maybe. A very good shout.
Oh, and nearly a run out at the non-strikers end too. So maybe just a little bit outside the line, I think.
You got a good stride in with that reverse sweep, but a shot I don't see Worker play very often. My old man would tell me off back in the day for trying something that you don't need to, but this is 2021 now. You've got to know how to play those shots.
Yeah, all the young kids are practicing those shots, aren't they? You've got to be able to play all around the park, 360 as they say. But yeah, interesting he went to that shot.
Another one, back to back, and similar result.
Interesting, they should just, yeah. George is trying to bat right-handed and Dane's trying to bat left-handed. Interesting options here, by the boys.
Yes, it is. That short third man, if you go either side of him, it's 4 because the point cover sweeper has got plenty of work to do if he misses it. Worker.
There's a bit of hold there, I think. If you bowl a nice length, it's just not quite coming on with the spinners. So
Freddie Walker will be more than happy with 2 leg byes and the dot ball. Superb start to his second over. Ticking time bomb. Worker drops back and can only force a single.
That gripped a lot, didn't it?
It sure did.
I'm looking forward to seeing Joe Walker bowl too. He generally gets a lot out of the surface. Spins the ball a long way.
Yep, it's certainly gripping a lot. We saw Charlotte Sarsfield in the first game ripping it as well. As Freddie comes in, it's just not coming onto the back cleaver. Looking to sweep square, but can't get it away. Superb over. Just the one from it with a couple of leg byes.
It's been a good last 3 overs, actually very tight by the Knights.
Must go. Does go.
It's well bowled by Shred. Just a little bit wider, just not letting him play to his leg side there.
Yeah, that is a superb over. He is now 1 for 10 off his 2. He'll be making Captain Anton Devsic very happy as the Stags move to 60 for 1. Alrighty. We have a new bowler. Is it the brother combo?
Is
it the Joey Walker?
This is it. This is the combination we've all been waiting for.
How good is this? Where are the parents sitting? You know, because you better have the best seat in your house. Your 2 boys in tandem.
Probably close to the bar, I'd say. First drop bar, I think it's called. Somewhere around the vicinity there, the family and friends.
Well, his brother Fred has set the standard, so it's actually quite a hard time to come on now after such a good over before. The batsman will be looking to swing from the hip. Oh, how is that missed? He's done Worker all ends up. Welcome to the bowling crease, Joe Walker.
That is a seriously good ball first up. That is absolutely ragged off middle stump there.
What a delivery to open your account. Comes in again at Worker. Slash, straight to cover, gone. Frustration for Captain Worker.
Lovely catch by Debbie there at cover. You could see, couldn't you, George, as it was just building up for the last 3 overs. He couldn't get a boundary away, and Yeah, just tried to give himself a little bit of room and didn't get the elevation, did he?
You're right, you could sense the boundaries weren't coming. It was difficult, but in terms of bowling in tandem, does it get much better than that? His brother Fred Walker at the other end bowled such a clinical over just prior to this one, and and Joey reaps the rewards.
Yeah, I mean, they've done it for years in backyard cricket, haven't they? And it's just, it must be such a good feeling to be able to do that at the Dream11 Super Smash.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and a massive part of that dismissal is that there's been 14 deliveries, 2 overs without a boundary, and you could just see the pressure cooker building, and it's cost the Stags captain his wicket. Worker gone for 23 off 22 balls.
Looks like Josh Clarkson has come to the crease.
That's right, Josh Clarkson joins us at number 4. What a run of form he's been in as well. Such an exciting cricketer. He has been swinging for the fences up in Pookie Park to help the Stags to their 220 plus totals in the last few weeks, and he is 3rd on the Super Smash ladder for run scoring's machine. He's got 133 already this season, so the man is looking good. And Anurag, the strike rate is what excites us, 179.
Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal, isn't it? Yeah, he can hit a massive ball, actually, Josh. He's been around for a little while too.
He has.
But he's got a lovely swing of the bat, and yeah, he can send it absolutely miles.
He is maturing very nicely. His first ball. Takes his time, has a look at one, pushes it to cover. The Knights bowling very well in the middle stages after the power.
It's a good comeback by the Knights, actually, after the first few overs.
Walker. Oh, how on earth is that missed as well? The purchase that the Walker brothers are getting. Looks like a spinner's paradise out there at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like an absolute dust bowl, doesn't it? Yeah, that one has spun back sharply as well. Lovely ball, a little bit of drift, and it just gripped.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This place is known. Good spin bowling, sweep shot a little bit more safe, and has he kept it? Well, he has, but he won't get 4. Great fielding, deep.
Yeah, Freddie Walker, actually, his brother, just helping him out there.
There they go, just working together, the duo. It's fantastic to watch.
Yeah, Joe will be absolutely thrilled with the start here. This is just what the team needed.
Joey.
Very lucky to have 2 quality spinners in the side tonight.
A wicket and just 2 runs. That one's the arm ball. Well handled, but still the runs are slowing down for the Stags. And that's the over gone, 63 for 2. Anurag, would just like to thank you for your time. It's been great hearing some insights on your fellow teammates. And it's a pleasure to welcome back Vic Lind, who has been with us all day watching the women's game earlier. Vic, you've seen the men going at it in the first handful of overs, and as we look at the bowling statistics, Northern Knights on top.
They're doing well, aren't they? These Walker brothers.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Reminds me of the Kerr sisters for the Blades.
Ah, there you go.
Bowling in tandem. So
Yeah.
a couple of siblings and a few different teams around the country doing very well.
Yeah, well, they're walking their way into the side at the moment if they keep this up. Straight. Another dot ball. It's building.
We saw in the women's game earlier that the spin is actually hard to play.
Yeah.
Like you were saying before, spin is getting really good purchase here. It is an older wicket.
It still looks glorious out there though, doesn't it? Fred Walker. Another great delivery.
Outstanding. I do like this time of night where the sun's just starting to set, the light's coming on, but the shadows are over, and it's just picturesque.
Yeah. Fred, the younger brother of Joe, comes in again. Stepping across. Clarkson, it's aerial. It's a chance. It's a wicket. And a huge wicket. Brownlee with the safe hands in amongst the shade and sun. But what a wicket that is. The in-form Josh Clarkson goes for naught.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't have been easy looking up there. You can see him after he takes that catch, him in a glare up at the sun. bit of relief there from Team Brownlee, but you felt like something was coming, wasn't it, after those couple of overs, but something was bound to happen. But Dougie Bracewell.
Yes, Dougie Bracewell in next. Another man who has been in scintillating form.
He's probably enjoying being up the order a little bit more this year and getting a bit more opportunity, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always been known as an all-rounder. Early in his career, he was certainly a bowling all-rounder, but boy, oh boy, he is pushing his case to be the complete all-rounder. If he can continue his form throughout the domestic season, it's going to be great to watch.
Absolutely. Knights will be fairly happy with this start, though. Only 60-odd off that first 10.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal start. Anton Devcic winning his first toss in about 8 games, and it looks to be a very valuable one thus far.
Yeah, it sounds like the Knights boys were pretty stoked by that as well. You kind of get on one of those rolls as a captain where you just keep losing tosses. I did it a few times in my career as well, and you just don't hear the end of it from your teammates.
Yeah, it's not great stuff. Do you keep calling your go-to call, or do you change it up? Those are the questions you've got to ask.
I think, and it's funny when you see people practicing the toss as well. I never thought it was something that you could really practice, but anyhow.
That's when you know you're really struggling. Fred, short, dragged down and gapped very well. Cleaver gets the first boundary in nearly 3 overs.
I don't see that up on T20 cricket, do you? Boundaryless overs.
Yeah, it was a desperate boundary, no doubt about it.
He's really taking that from outside off, isn't he?
Freddie.
Brownlee couldn't quite catch up with that.
Walker looking to get that spin. That short covers come even closer with the confidence of how well he's bowling at the moment.
Yeah, the fielders inside the ring, apart from what we've got down there at the short fine, they are keeping quite tight, aren't we? And we see a second cover going in.
Dragged it down and he's got away with it. It sort of tucked him up, didn't it? It was that short, but it was just quick enough to tuck him up, and that'll end the over. 68 for 3. Vic, it's been fantastic to have you back here in the commentary box today. Former Auckland Hearts captain. How have you enjoyed being back up here calling the shots? Yeah,
it's quite a change. But yeah, nice to be on the other side of the boundary and still involved in the game, but without the bodily pain from after 2 or 3 days cricket in a row, which as you start to get older it hurts a little bit more.
Yeah, well, over 15 years of cricket will do that to you, as the Stags work another single.
Yeah, it was a few squats.
Behind the stumps.
Yeah.
Another man or another player behind the stumps tonight, Tim Seifert. He's been in great form, sadly though, for the winless Northern Knights.
Yeah, he's been outstanding in the last few seasons, hasn't he, and for the Black Caps.
Oh, another one has gone straight through everyone. Joey Walker is making a tough day for Tim Seifert. That is 2 amazing deliveries, and it's run away for 4 byes. No keeper likes to see that.
It's the worst feeling, because you really feel like you've let your bowler down, even though it doesn't go against them as such. But
look at the spin there. They just Bracewell was at 6s and 7s as he just planted his big foot down the ground.
These Walker boys, they'll be wanting to wrap this pitch up and take it with them wherever they go.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Loving it.
As Walker comes in once again, controlled by Bracewell, I feel like the batsmen need to nullify that spin. They need to step across their stumps and almost take that. They can get clean bowled when it's spinning this much. They need to take that dismissal out of play.
They need to find a way, don't they?
Yeah.
1 for 3 off 1.3. Outstanding.
Bracewell on strike. Again, a dot ball to the short mid-wicket fielder.
Got it on a string, don't they?
Yeah, this is family fun for the Walkers, bowling in complete tandem here. Wow. Look at him. He's feeling unlucky as anything.
And just like before Brownlee took that last catch, you know, you're just getting that feeling again. There's a sensation around that something's going to happen again.
Yeah. Joey Walker.
We changing the field.
Yeah. It's not a bad one either, because you sense Cleaver, Bracewell, his strong zone is that leg side.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow, he really does have the batsman under pressure. What an over that is. 1 run from it to his name, but a boundary 4 of buys mixed in there as well. Sensational spin bowling from the Northern Knights at 73 for 3.
If you had said before the game that you're going to have figures of 1 for 3 after 2 overs, you'd take that, wouldn't you?
Thank you, George. Lovely night here at Seddon Park, and the locals have turned up to watch their side play bowling first, and they have found some spin in the middle, stymied the Central Stags. Powerful batting lineup at the moment. They're 73 for 3 after 12 overs. Dane Cleaver in the middle. He's been joined by Doug Bracewell. Big Dougie went boom at Pukakura Park last week. Dangerous batsman when he gets going. Ooh, straight through and out. Cleaver, he's nicked it. Seifert did the rest. They're 4 down now, the Stags.
There's nothing really to that, was there? It looked like it was catching practice for Tim Seifert.
Brett Hampton back into the attack, hit the deck. Looked like he's just trying to run it, and did run it, but straight to Tim Seifert. It's another one down here. The Knights, they're fighting back and they're getting on top.
This is what sometimes happens as well after you have a bowling partnership where the Walker brothers have come in and really tied up the Stags batsmen, and then the next bowlers that come on really get to reap the rewards of their work. That's why it's such a great team, you know, individual sport within a team game.
It must be said, Anton Devsic, good captaincy. The spinner's on in tandem and brought the quick man back, and it's brought the breakthrough. But what it's also brought is the man, Kieran Noema Barnett, 33 years of age. So much experience. Look at that. Almost 300 games. Played all around the world. Skillful player. And can hit a pretty decent ball.
Yeah, it just feels like he's been around forever, doesn't it? Which, obviously, when you say 300 games, it's really outstanding.
Yeah, well, they're going to need all of his experience out here. The biggest thing when you're batting first, assessing what a good total is. Just talking to Anurag Verma in the back of the box. Something around 150. That's what he thought might be the limits of what you'd want to chase out here, particularly with it turning and stopping, although under the lights, we speak about it a bit, the ball's sliding on. It's going to be up to these two very experienced players in the middle, Bracewell and Noema Barnett. If anyone can assess and deliver, it would be them. Courtney Clark just comes into mid-wicket there. Gee, he's a whippet as well. You watch him, if they drop and run, he'll be all over it. Noema Barnett off the mark with the run down to third man. Shot that just got Dane Cleaver out, but it was just too close to play, wasn't it?
It was.
Victoria Lynn.
Yeah, that one was a bit tight from the last wicket to play that one, but yeah, these guys, they probably will appreciate a bit more pace on the ball now. Be able to do that, just play themselves in a little bit more, run it down to third, push through the covers, the gap there out to the cover. Boundary fieldsman, knock about a few singles for maybe an over or two, and then give themselves a bit more of a platform to launch in the last 5 or 6.
Hampton is into his second. The spinners, the Walker brothers, who have done the damage so far, they've still got, well, Joe's got 2. Freddie's got just the 1. It's Hampton again. And it's up and it's full and it's driven well. Devsic gets down well too. Just the 1. Doug Bracewell's off the mark with his 6th delivery.
matter who you are, it's always nice when you get that first run off the bat, isn't it? You know, T20, one-day test cricket, whatever it is, however long it takes you.
Yeah. Get off the dreaded duck. Mid off up, cover up as well. And he just bangs it into the pitch, but it's well played from Noema Barnett down into cover, and they'll squeeze through for a single. That's what the Stags have to do. They have to keep turning the strike over here, build a little bit of a partnership, and then look to explode down the bottom of the order. They've still got Ben Smith to come, Joey Field, and then it's into the bowlers, Ajaz Patel, Jaden Lennox. How crucial could they be later on this slow turning track? Blair Tickner, of course, and the 12th man, Brandon Schmulian, not playing tonight. Doug leans back on that one, chops it down to third man. The run rate sitting right on 6 and over. It'll get them up to 120. You don't think that's going to be enough, though, Victoria Lind?
No, it definitely won't be. Not against this Knights batting lineup, you would think. But just a bit of consolidation here from the Stags. Get a feel for the pace of the pitch a bit more before they go.
Whoa. He saw it was up there, mid-off and cover, wanted to go over. It's gone through. It's 77 for 4 after 13. There you can see at the top of the order, 41 from Worker and Leopard. They had the Stags on top, but the Knights have been able to break those partnerships. And it's been the Spin Twins, the Walker brothers, who have done the damage, and Freddie Walker's back on for another go. You can see that turn, throwing it out there, asking Bracewell to play the cut shot to the ball turning in, which I was once told, Matt McEwen, don't pat the burning dog. If you're a right-hander and you're trying to cut an off-spinner, a right-arm off-spinner. Have you heard of that before?
I haven't heard of that saying, but I have been told off plenty of times by Dad saying never ever cut the off-spinner. And how many times do I cut the off-spinner? Every time.
Right. Don't pat the burning dog was how I was described. He's in a left-hander. This is going to be a good matchup with the turn. Oh, he fires it in there, squirts away. Oh, he's nearly been cleaned up at the bowler's end as well.
Joe was definitely not winning that one.
Oh, that was well bowled, wasn't it? It looks pretty tough out there when the spinners are firing it in and getting that turn, Matt.
Yeah, he's putting it out there and letting it, putting all the revs on and giving it a good chance.
Down the wicket, Bracewell, he's hit that well. Long on's got no chance.
Yeah, it's gone a long way straight, very, very quickly. Rolled through the picket fence and up into the changing room. So Seth Rance does a bit of fielding down there, cleaning the ball up and getting it back out onto the field.
Bracewell, after a period of pressure, says, I'm going to go down the wicket and I'm going to whack you straight. Back on the cut shot, that's well placed. They'll only get one, though.
Yeah, Zach Gibson, good arm out there. Got around quickly and got it in the air.
We're talking totals. Matt, what will the Stags be thinking here? The little period of consolidation rather.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to go with a little hiss and a roar at the end here. And if they're aiming for that sort of 10 and over for the last 6, 140.
Ooh, well bowled. That turn, that dip. Noema Barnett, he's beaten. He's going to line him up here, isn't he? This is how he plays.
Yeah.
Big Barney.
Big Barney's going to probably have a wee dip here.
With the ball turning, is it still on?
Oh.
Fired in and worked away.
Dan Browning quickly off the deep square boundary rope and just into that inner circle, and only one scored.
8 off the over, the boundary from Bracewell. 85 for 4, the Stags after 14. 6 overs to go here at Seddon Park. The Stags looking to boom late here and get themselves up to a defendable target. Second game of the day on this wicket after the Northern Spirit got home against the Hinds earlier today. But it's the Stags in the middle right now. It's Noema Barnett and Bracewell, the experienced pairing. Oh no, almost a mix-up. Kieran Noema Barnett was having none of that quick single at the bottom of his feet. Brett Hampton here.
Yeah, Hampton could be keen this game. He's obviously bowled a very, very good couple of sets here, and obviously gives it a good old whack with the ball, with the bat later in the night. And he might be the guy they might use a little bit of a floater, just have a little dip later in the evening.
Yeah, it was 5 overs to go after this. The spinners will have 2. Gibson's still got 2 as well, so options up the sleeve for Captain Anton Devsic. Oh, big swing and an edge behind. That's Noema Barnett's innings comes to an end. 4 from 7. It's Hampton, that man again.
Yeah, it's a great delivery. Just rose off a length. Could be a wee cross seamer there and just kicked off that length. And Noema Barnett looked to go over point and just got a fine little nick on it and straight through to Tim Seifert.
Yeah, just rolled the fingers across it. Surprised that edge carried all the way through to Tim Seifert, who did the rest. It's another one down. The Stags 5 for 85 now. Good crowd in on the bank, and they're enjoying what they're seeing from their night so far. Disciplined bowling display through the middle. They'll put the screws right on the Central Stags here, and they're going to have work to do if they're going to be able to get a total on the board. The new man, though, coming to the crease, into the lineup today, Ben Smith, specialist batsman, Matt.
Yeah, very, very top-class batter. I would say he's more of a 4-day batter, but he's done a hell of a job at the top of the order for the CD Stags in the one-day comp, and so there's no reason why he can't let it rip.
So you're saying he's got a good technique?
Yeah, he hits the ball beautifully. Yeah, going back a few years now, he under-19 tournament up in Auckland, he went 4 back-to-back hundreds, batting at the top of the order. So, but his career has moved on a long way since then, and yeah, he scored maybe even 900 runs a couple of seasons ago in the 4-day competition.
Well, if he can get something going with Doug Bracewell here. Doug Bracewell been in good form so far this tournament, but it's Smith on strike for his first ball. Hampton into the deck again. He's had success tonight with that, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's worked out what length to bowl on this wicket, and then he's using his change of pace, change of pace, and having a real good night. 2 overs, 2.3 overs, 2 for 14. And if he can finish this over well, he'll probably bowl one towards the death as well.
Yeah, well, there's 5 to go after this. Devsic will be doing the maths. And he's underway.
Out to deep cover point boundary and just trots through for the 1. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting old conclusion to this innings. 86 for 5 after 14.4, and someone's got to do something special here to get them sort of past that 130, 140 mark.
Yeah, well, they were going at 8s at the start with the power play, and you imagine that might be a forward to the next innings where up front, easy to score, but gets hard through the middle. Bracewell, big swing, but can't get it on, but it's got away from Seifert, and they'll scramble through for a single. Every run so important at this stage, Matt McEwen.
Yeah, that's a bit disappointing from Seif. He's having a bit of a tough time behind the pegs tonight, but you know he'll be ready to go off the bat. Don't you worry about that, Willie.
Well, the off-pace deliveries, of course, bouncing at your shins, never nice.
Let's get the knees down, mate. Get the MS Donny onto it, mate.
You're an all-rounder, weren't you, Matt, rather than a keeper?
Yeah, didn't really keep too many games of cricket, mate.
Smith, the last ball of the over. And just chops that one down to third man. Take the single. It's 88 for 5 after 15. There's 5 to go here at Seddon Park. Under the lights, the Stags trying to put a total on the board. Yep, it was Worker and Leopard up top who got them going. Cleaver came in as well. But since then, it's been hard work for the Stags. The Knights have used their bowlers well, the slower bowlers in particular, the Walker brothers, put on a bit of a spin bowling clinic on this wicket. It has seemed to be favourable to the guys who turn it. And we'll see the likes of Patel, Lennox and maybe George Worker later on tonight look to exploit that as well.
Yeah, those spin options will be key later in the night, and even Noema Barnett, you know, roll his fingers across a few, throw a few knuckies down, and we'll see what happens.
Knuckies, knuckleball, slower one. Yep, here he is again. Oh, look at that turn. Pitched potentially a foot outside off, and it's hit him on the splice, coming back at off stump.
It's really
Joe Walker.
Really taking full advantage of their spinning wicket tonight and really making the most of it.
Joey Walker getting it to absolutely rip out here. Maybe Doug Bracewell will look to go with the spin to the long boundary. Well, that's exactly where he does go, out into the deep. Kugelein's out there and he's got an absolute rocket of an arm, and they will only get one.
Yeah, Coogie's not a guy you take on out there. Absolute rocket when he wants to let it go.
It's good captaincy from Devsich here, isn't it? Getting the off spinner, he bowls it in there, he turns it. Got to make them hit to the big boundary, Matt.
Yeah, 69 metres out there tonight.
Oh yeah, it's well bowled. Captain in there on the one. It's tough stuff. We were talking 150. Maybe we should be talking 130 out here as a sort of total to try and post, because it looks tough through the middle.
Oh, definitely. It's got harder and harder as the night got on.
Brilliant bowling, really. In T20 cricket, you've got a spinner really challenging the batsman here. Conditions are favourable, you've still got to put the ball in the right position.
Yeah, we were joking a bit earlier on that maybe having a wee short leg in, but obviously not this time of the game.
There's a doozy. He's in again. Oh, look at that turn.
I genuinely couldn't tell you what I would be doing to this bowling. It's spinning a long, long way. Only thing I'd be trying to do is run down the wicket and have a good old heave.
Yeah, well, we saw Doug Bracewell have success with that last over. Walker, he's in a real rhythm here. And Smith can get it away and get it down there for one. It's a good over too, just 3 from it in the 16th of a T20. The Stags, they're 91 for 5. We're going to have a couple of changes up here. I'm out, George Harper's in, and Anurag Verma is going to be supporting him for the final 4 overs.
Many thanks, Willie Nichols, Matt McEwen. What a 4 overs it could be. It's going to need to be a fiery one from the Central Stags if they're to put a total on the board. That merits some good competition. Mr. Verma, what a bowling display.
Yeah, it's been a bloody good last 10 overs, isn't it? Since the power play, Knights have really controlled the innings beautifully here.
Hampton for his last over, short again, and pulled away from Ben Smith.
Yeah, another change of pace there, wasn't it, from Brett Hampton? Yeah, looks like that's the play.
For mine, the toss is all of a sudden looking extremely important. Talking to Anton Devsich, he played it down before the game. But as the Knights start taking, as the lights take effect, the ball's going to start skidding on the surface later this evening. There's Hampton. Oh, that's aerial. It's got to be caught.
Yeah.
It's got to be caught. And it is. Bracewell goes. Another wicket. The Stags in trouble.
Yeah, he's absolutely filthy there, Bracewell. He thought that length might have been there to hit out of the park, but he's just got the toe into the bat, isn't he? And just clothed it to Scott Kugelheim, I think it was, at long on there. Good catch.
The Central Stags, who have been lighting up the Dream11 Super Smash, are finding themselves in all sorts of trouble. 92 for 6. Bracewell goes for 9 of 13 balls.
It's just going to get a lot harder now for the Central Stags with the Ajaz rolling out to the wicket. Yeah, predominantly a left-arm spinner, but he'll have an important job here with the bat.
Well, you'd think he'd be licking his lips as we head into the second innings. Jazz, a beautiful bowler of spin himself, the art of spin, I'd call it. But now the total falls heavily on the shoulders of Ben Smith, who's been called back into the squad today with Captain Tom Bruce away on paternity leave.
Yeah, Ben will be looking to take this opportunity in, wouldn't he? He's probably been out fishing, no doubt. He's a bit of a keen fisherman. We'll have to get an update later of how he's been going this summer, actually.
Yeah, that's right. We're both very keen fishermen. He's damn good at it. His face is up now, and he's very good at cricket too, but couldn't quite gap that one, which has been the theme of the day.
One of the few on-pace deliveries we've seen in the last 10 overs.
Yeah.
Good one there by Brett. Good dot ball.
So 21 deliveries remaining. You know, at worst another 20 is, we need to get 125 to get something from this. Well bowled. Full
Beautifully
wide
bowled there.
Inside the bat.
Perfect Yorker by Hampton there.
As a bowler, how often are you looking for that wide hole? It was such a popular ball last season and even the season before that, but now it's not bowled as much. What's the thoughts?
Well, it all depends on the ground dimensions, really, and the batsman, really. You work out where his hitting zones are and you want to take it away, generally. So
slower, shorter, straight to the field. Well, the fielder can't see it, but luckily that's what mates are for. As Brownlee comes around and saves the boundary, the sun is beaming into their eyes out there.
Yeah, bit of confusion there. I can tell you that side of the ground is absolutely horrendous to field in the first innings of a night game here. Generally, when I always run out of the changing rooms and turn right and make sure I'm on the other side of the ground, so captain can't, place me in front of the sun.
Full wide, and
Lovely
that one
shot.
is piercing cover, late cover drive, and well fielded once again. Phenomenal stuff out on the boundary ropes. It's a good sight for any captain when the fielders are backing up your bowlers so well.
It's pace on, isn't it? Just get it on a little bit more. Made it a little bit easier, didn't it, to time the ball? So.
Yeah, as I mentioned not long ago, I really do feel like this was a good toss to win with the surface only going to get better for batting as the moisture in the air comes out and the white ball starts just kissing off later in the day, and I feel like it'll make the run chase a lot easier for the Knights.
Yep. I still think it might still grip it at night a little bit. It can get a little bit tacky on top, and the wicket is still tacky.
There's no chance I could get spun out there, mate.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
To be fair, I'd have to land it to do that. But either way, Stags, 96 for 6. Just 3 overs remain. And once again, they continue with spin, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah, Henry Cooper into the attack. He's a bit of a part-timer, but he's got a lot of ability with the ball. Can bowl leg spin as well, but I think he's going to opt to bowl off spin today.
Sammy Cooper, that looks like a fresh little haircut for the tally
little
tonight. Looking good, mate. Wearing the number 14 jersey. Roundy cut. Great start. He is licking his lips here.
Yeah, he does put a few revolutions on it, but if he's gripping it and turning it, it's a good day to bowl spin out there.
Comes round again, movement from the batsman, and just flicked into the gap. Jazz will be very lucky to get 2. But he gets one.
Yeah, if I'm correct, Henry might correct me after the game, but I think Ben Horn cut his hair a few weeks ago and he tried the old razor fade on the side, but it wasn't quite on point.
Yasmin, that whole flat is
just
trouble.
That blending component just wasn't quite there.
We can't be seen singing their praises too much in the broadcast. They'll be grinning ear to ear. He was very excited before the game, but he's bowled 2 good balls, so I don't think he should get too excited yet, because with just a couple of overs remaining, anything can happen here. If it's in the arc, it's not out of the park. Could be a run out. He's held on to it. The safe play. Give it a crack.
You have a go, son. You got 2 guys backing up there, but that's all right. Dots are still gold at this stage.
Dots are certainly gold. We're getting to that point. 2.3 overs. You've just got to go. And he
More
squeezes
bold
a single
again.
out. Could be a chance. Nice little flick and a dive. Cooper looking good.
Yeah, he started well, hasn't he? He's just hitting a nice little length there, and he's bowling very tight, so making sure he's getting hit to the onside, the biggest side of the ground.
And now the most important thing is he's got the new batsman, and very much a part-time batsman, and Ajaz Patel spinning away from his outside edge as well. So you sense that there could be a wicket-taking opportunity late in the piece here as the Stags need to force runs. Plenty of space. Plenty of space in the leg side.
Just moving his point a little bit finer there, I think. Doesn't want that ball being cut.
Wow. Wow, how's that missed the stumps?
That has turned and bounced. It's a tough shot. It'll be a very good effort if Ajaz can get a few balls into the stands here. If the batsman couldn't do it, yeah, it's a tough ask asking your bowlers to come and do it.
Last ball for Cooper. It's on line, it's on length, and it's just a single. He will be top of the world. The part-time offie has bowled a superb over. 3 off it. The Stags still can't quite tick over the 100 mark. It's 99 for 6. What an interesting afternoon it's been. What looked like to be a scoring frenzy. The Stags got off to a fiery start, but then the Walker brothers turned up in tandem. They bowled superbly well. 3 and 4 overs respectively. Superb stuff. 13 and 14 runs from each. They have been turning it, but they've also been landing it and landing it in the perfect spots.
Yeah, it's been a very good bowling display, isn't it, in the middle overs by the Knights, and yeah, certainly the spin has helped.
And for his last over, to even up with his brother, here comes Freddie Walker. Charged, hit straight. It's a glorious shot from Patel. Has it gone all the way almost? No. That's a cricket shot. That's a batsman's shot.
That's a hell of a shot by Ajaz. He just little dance down the wicket and he's just whacked it straight over the bowler's head.
He just stands there and says, batsman, take a look at this. I'll bring up the 100 runs for the Stags. Changing to round the wicket and intelligent leave. That's a wide all of a sudden.
Oh, he's looking very tidy, isn't he? He's looking like a proper batsman out there.
As per usual, he would say.
He is a very tidy looking player, I must say. You know, he's got a nice setup.
Patel. Freddie Wilson. That's up. It's high, but not far enough. It's going to be taken. Another catch in the outfield. Wicket time for the Northern Knights.
Yep, beautifully bowled by Freddie Walker. Just a little bit of air, but I think that angle change has just not given Ajaz the room to free his arms there, so he's sort of mistimed it, and Brett Hampton just eats those catches up for breakfast, really.
Yeah, buckets for hands out at long on, and sadly for Patel, he goes for 6 off 6. A much needed 6 though, as Freddie Walker gets a great wicket. Walking out to the field is Joey Field. He's going to need to sort the fielders out, maybe go over their heads and get some maxis, because the Stags are only 104 for 7. And if my maths is correct, there is only 10 balls remaining. So they should be aiming for, I guess, about 16 off those 10 maybe, with the way they're going. It's not going to be easy.
No, I mean, anything over 120 here, they could be in the game, but yeah, once again, we just don't know until both teams have had a crack on their wicket.
Yeah, until both teams have had a dance. But for mine, it's Ben Smith's turn to light it up. He needs to do it, and he can't, because this spin bowling is just absolutely Steve Devine.
Yeah, that is just well bowled, isn't he? He's just bowling that quicker pace with a lot on it, and obviously the wicket's assisting him, so it's quite hard to use your feet. And
reverse sweep has to be on here.
Well bowled
just the
again.
Single, well bowled, nice and straight. Yeah, I think Devcich has set his fields really well to his bowlers. I guess it's a much easier assignment when your bowlers have it on a string.
Yeah, he's marshalled the troops pretty well, hasn't he, all night? But
surprised he hasn't bowled himself, actually.
Yeah, I think when you got two quality spinners and Coops to do a bit of a job there in the middle, I think he's, yeah.
Field, first delivery, spooned out to cover for a single.
Yeah, that's a classic tail-ender shot, isn't it? I don't think he's been watching it. There's a lot of spin there, and he's just trying to whip that one out to the leg side and got a leading edge.
Last ball of the over needs to finish strong. Smith. Dart, brilliantly bowled. Brilliantly bowled. What a spell.
That is seriously good bowling. That is tough to play, I can tell you.
Sensational spell from Freddie Walker. It's been a day out for their family. 106 for 7 in the penultimate over. Just 6 balls to come. Anurag, who's going to bowl this final over? It looks like Coops.
It looks like the Yes Men representative out there tonight.
Well, well, well. Would he believe it? He is bowling the death over. That just shows you what this pitch is doing. No disrespect, Mr. Cooper.
He actually, in one of our one days against Otago, we lost Jake Gibson, our fast bowler, in the first over. He slipped over and hurt his ankle really bad, actually.
Oh, wow.
So we were bowler down, and Coops actually did a really good job, only going for, sixes and on a pretty good wicket. So
Field on strike, just needs to get off strike, but he'll get off strike, but in the wrong fashion. He's gone, another wicket. Cooper takes the chocolates.
Very well bowled there by Coops. Lovely length. You just can't get under that, can you? And even at this stage of the game, that's what they're looking for, the batters. And Field, uses that outside edge once again, but this time straight into the hands of Joey Walker.
Yeah, it's a very ambitious shot, but it had to be played with just 1 over to go. But at the end of the day, it's got Ben Smith on strike, 5 balls remaining. He needs to just eke out 10 somehow, 2 boundaries to put some sort of respectability into this Stags total.
Yeah, a couple of lusty blows here from Ben. Would be nice to get to around that 120 mark, but looks like it's going to be very difficult here. Potentially the Stags, could have looked to work the ball a little bit more in the middle. They were trying. It was not easy. But that can be the difference, George. Those 1s and 2s in the middle on a tough surface can sort of bring you up to that 120, 125 mark.
Absolutely, as Blair Tinkner joins Ben Smith at the non-striker's end. 5 balls remain in the Stags' first innings. Around the wicket. The reverse, we talked about it earlier, and he's played it well. There's the boundary the Stags needed. Ben Smith with a great reverse sweep.
That is a hell of a shot. That's what the doctor ordered. You called it, George. And yeah, he's pulled that one out of the bag. Beautiful shot behind point there. No one out there this time of game.
Very crisp along the ground, and they've adjusted the field appropriately.
Timed that one nicely, didn't he? Got a good piece of that.
Cooper now needs to adjust, but just needs to make sure he lets the pitch do the work. Movement, and it's short. Should be 2. Should be. Oh, it's spun! And he's got some support. Katani Clark out there, but what that's done is it's got Ben Smith, the danger man, back on strike. 17 off 20. It's been a workmanship of an innings, but it's been required.
That was very lucky there by Scott Kugelheim. That's the second play we've seen done by the spin here. It's a very grippy outfield.
3 balls to go. Steps across. Tries to get it over. Fine leg, and he's done it. He's done it. 2 boundaries in the over. Ben Smith is fighting for the Stags.
Yeah, that's the way to play it, eh? That sort of length, just get inside it and use the pace, and very, very nice shot over short fine leg there.
Yeah, that's where you've got to access sometimes. It's so hard to hit straight, so hard to clear the rope, so he's using his angles well against Cooper. Now he charges, and it hits high on the blade. Needs to get 2. Keeper's end. Oh, great fielding, and probably a wise decision, but that means he will not be on strike for the last ball. And, well, Blair Tickner, let's see what you've got, mate.
Yeah, I haven't seen Blair Tickner bat too much, to be honest, but I'm sure he's got a big one in him.
Well, there has been 0 sixes this innings. Last ball. Tickner goes high, and he's going to be caught. Seifert underneath it. That sums up the Stags innings. Cooper takes 2. The Stags all out for 117.
Yeah, Knights will be happy with that. 117. I mean, it's a pretty tough wicket, but I think, yeah, the Knights will be pretty confident to chase this down. It's always nice knowing that, that you don't have to chase many runs and you can pace your innings. So I'm sure the Knights boys will be feeling pretty good about themselves after, losing the first 3 games. It's all set up here to get the first points.
Yeah, that's right. It's not been the easiest of starts for the Knights, but boy, oh boy, they looked better than 0 from 3 tonight. Some superb bowling in conditions that favoured their squad tonight. So they will be very, very happy with that total of 117. And we're looking forward to seeing what the Stags can produce with their spinners as they try and chase, as the Knights try and chase this down. We've got Willie Nichols on the ground at the moment, and Willie Nichols, you've got some happy hands with you. Some great spin bowling in that first dig.
Yeah, thanks, George. Well, I've got one half of the spin twins, Joe Walker, him and his brother Freddie. They did the business out here for the Knights. Well bowled, Joe. Talk us through that total in those conditions.
I think losing the toss, winning the toss and bowling was part of the plan, and hopefully, we sort of struck a slow wicket at the mount, and as the dew came down later on, it got a little bit easier to bat on, so we're sort of hoping something similar to here.
Yeah, well, 117 on the board. It seems low, but it looked pretty tough out there, particularly when you spinners were bowling in the middle. It was turning sideways at times.
Yeah, it was nice to get those conditions for a bit of a change. And I think the boys did a pretty good job there, so hopefully we've done well enough to batters can do the job and we can go and get these runs.
What was it like to bowl in tandem with your brother Freddie there and do such a good job?
Yeah, it's always nice. We don't get the opportunity that often, so yeah, it was really good, thanks.
Just a quick word on Brett Hampton. He came on, he broke that partnership, and I think he ended up with 3 for 21, a pretty impressive effort.
Yeah, really, really good. Hammer's been real impressive. Did a great job again tonight.
And this total, how are you going to go about chasing it down?
I think we probably have to make use of the first power play and the hard new ball. And then, I think it's going to be a bit of, we're going to have to play smart. We're going to need a couple of guys to get going and hopefully take it deep and do the job for us.
Awesome. Well, Joe, thanks for joining us. We'll let you get back in there. Play smart's the call out here, George, and Matt McEwen comes in and joins me. Play smart was the call there. 117 on the board. It doesn't look a lot, but we did see it can be tough, particularly in the middle overs.
Yeah, once that ball gets a little bit softer, it just becomes a little bit harder. The spinners bowled really well, so it's going to be a key one for the spinners in the CD side.
Well, Tim Seifert, Cartony Clark going to be opening it up. Pretty exciting combination, young combination. How do they go about it? Is it about attacking that first 6 overs with the field in, the ball hard?
Yeah, definitely. I think they've got to attack it hard. It'll be interesting to see what CD do, whether they choose to start with spin and then use their seamers through the middle and just try and flip it the other way to try and create those wickets early.
Yeah, well, let's talk about their spin options. Young Jaden Lennox, they've obviously got Ajaz Patel, all the class, the New Zealand Test spinner who can play it across all formats, and they've even got George Worker, the captain, as well. So how are they looking to balance those options?
Yeah, it's going to be a wee bit of a juggling act out there, but I think Georgie's going to come into the game really key, and then I think also Kieran Nuema Barnett, he's going to try and become another spinner that obviously bowls just a little bit quicker than normal.
Well, we've been talking about the conditions, and we mentioned before the dew. You can see that it's on the paper. It means the ball's going to skid on under lights, which should help the batting side next. Back to you up there, George.
A bundle of wisdom you two are. Thank you very much, boys. And thanks for the breakdown of that great first innings. But there is the script. It's 117 on the board for the Central Stags. So 118 is the target for the home side. We'll be right back after this short break to watch the enjoyable second dig.
Introducing new Gillette Skin Guard, a revolutionary technology to reduce pressure from your shave and reduce irritation on your face. Gillette Skin Guard, clinically proven for sensitive skin.
And the Dream11 Super Smash presented by KFC. Play our fantasy game and win. Get on board. It's very good fun, and these things couldn't happen without our sponsors, More FM, proudly supporting the cricket summer. But make sure you do get your Dream11 team on board, because it is a good season for it. And we've seen a lot of deliveries tonight, some very good spin ones, but if you want to get the perfect delivery, it's KFC who will help you out. Download the app, get in and around them. I know where I'm going for dinner. The scene is set, 118 to win for the Northern Knights, who are yet to get off the mark in this competition. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, the game will be on. The Stags will be bowling and bowling with venom as they try and defend a small total. It's the Stags versus the Northern Knights.
It's time to push play on New Zealand cricket. All of the black caps, white ferns, and Super Smash matches. Live and on demand on Spark Sport.
Kia ora, good evening. Welcome back to the Dream11 Super Smash presented by KFC. If you're just joining us, the Knights need 118 runs to win their first game of the season. It's not going to be easy. This pitch is doing licorice all sorts. There's no doubt about it, but their bowling performance was stunning. Anurag Verma in the commentary box with me. Doug Bracewell with the new ball. What are your thoughts so far? How easy is this going to be, or how hard is this going to be to chase?
Well, any chase is difficult, isn't it? Even though it's 6 and over. Dougie's got the new rock in his hand, and he'll be looking to swing the ball early and see what he can extract out of the surface.
Katani Clark on strike. Short, wide, dropped. First ball dropped, huge chance. And I'll tell you what, you can't miss those chances with 117 on the board.
George, how costly will that be? That first ball, a little bit of shape, and he's hit it pretty firmly, but you'd like to think that AJs would catch that, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, that's right. It's moments like that needing to go your way. It was a pretty relaxed delivery first up. I can guarantee you this one will have a bit more heat in it. Bracewell stings that one in there for a dot ball. We've talked about it a few times tonight. The night conditions, they change. The lights come on. There's a bit of dew on the water. The ball's going to kiss and skid a bit more, which could be good for the opening batsman. Yeah, I mean, for the Knights, from their perspective, they'd want to see a bit more skid, wouldn't they? Especially early with the new rock, it'll probably skid on anyway. It could be the best time to score the first 6 overs, so it'd be nice to see, Kartene and Tim take advantage of that and get the team off to a good start. Bracewell takes one into the hip. Clark can't do a lot with it. The county's cricketer. It's nearly in that funny area, isn't it, George? We heard Grant Elliott this afternoon talk about, being hit in that sort of area and what sort of equipment he operated. So, yeah, I'm sure Cardene's got it all sorted. Let's hope so. Another reason why sometimes it's nice to be up here. But Clark, he's looked exciting in this Dream11 Super Smash, and the locals on the embankment will be hoping for nothing less. Oh, edged, brilliantly bowled. He followed him down leg, but he's got enough on it to bring up the first boundary of the innings. That is incredible. If Dane Cleave had stood in his original position, that would have been straight down his pouch. Yeah. Yeah, but I like there for Carton. It's a lovely length that Dougie's started with. Yeah, as we look on the replay, Cleaver, he's just followed Doug down the leg side, wrong-footed. It's always a tough one for any keeper. Sensational result, though, for the Knights. They'll take the runs no matter where they come from. Clark taking every ball up at the moment, all 4 of them. Bracewell, it's short, it's pulled, it's slapped straight down the ground. Take that, he says. That is an incredible shot, and he does sweat on the short ball a little bit, Cartene, and he's, picked that up to be a little bit back of a length, slightly short, and he has just baseball that, hasn't he? That's right. He was formerly in the secondary schools Māori team a couple of years ago, and he's always been an exciting prospect for punters in this region, and I'll tell you what, he has flat batted that and sent Dougie Bracewell back to the top of his mark. No bowler likes that. I think Dougie will have a bit more of an answer in this ball. Oh, and it's full, it's wide, and it's just been chipped, mistimed over the cover point region, and another 2 to the total. Very, very good start. The Knights, they whip to 12 off the first over and take a huge chunk out of the Stags' small total. What a lot of luck there for Cartene, wasn't it? Dougie's not very happy, but that's the way that cricket rolls sometimes. And yeah, well, Clark, he must have a dinner reservation because he's in a mighty hurry out there. I really appreciate that, actually. He's got to provide a bit of entertainment. Stags didn't quite, provide that to the crowd. As you stand here with your pink shirt on, let's not forget that one eye patch It was very well bowled, though, from your side. So full credit to the Knights in the first innings. But now, a very exciting player, Tim Seifert. He's been in tremendous form throughout the Dream11 Super Smash, and it's fair to say he's got a full licence here tonight.
Yeah, there's one player in the Knights team that loves to entertain. It's Timmy. And he's been riding a big wave at the moment, and I told him the other day to keep riding as long as he can. You know, he's in some pretty sublime touch, isn't he?
Another fellow T20 black cap, Blair Tinkner, will be trying his best to ruin that run.
Yeah, this will be a good matchup here. Tix will be looking to bowl, you know, nice and hard into the pitch, and Seifert's going to come hard.
And he does just that. It's gone wide of the deep point and cut down for 2. Look, I get the sense after the spin bowlers bowled so well at the start, I wouldn't have minded seeing Ajaz Patel take a risk up top and try and respond, but they've gone with the out-and-out pace and experience.
Yeah, I thought even George might bowl the first over, just to get through the first one quickly and just see if that ball is still spinning, and which it likely will. But I think, yeah, the CD bowlers, you know, trying to give Dougie the new ball, see if they can get nice and full and swing the ball a little bit and get a couple of guys out.
Yep. Here's Tix again. Full straight and huge swing, no ding for Seifert. Fair to say he's in a mood.
Yeah, that was if he connected there, that was going well over our heads, wasn't it? That's good carries, isn't it? That has flown through the Dane Cleaver.
It sure has, and it's fair to say that with these small totals, teams either like to respect them or they like to get rid of them as quick as they can, and you can see what the Knights are doing. Tinkner, and for his third delivery. Very nice. Top of off. Old-fashioned good stuff, that.
Yeah, beautifully bowled by Tix. A little bit of shape too there, I think. Yeah, that's very well bowled. That's where you want to be all day, every day. Make guys hit good shots off that sort of line and length. Something's going to happen here, though, George, I think.
Wow, there's no doubt about it. The
couple of dots here. Timmy's had a couple of big swings.
I just hope he holds his shape. You can sense with that first swing, he just got a bit excited, but if he just stays still and backs his ability, he'll find the middle of the blade. And he works one, it looks like to be leg buys. And it is. Another run to the total, though.
Yeah, it's a good line, Tim, nice and tight. Not much he can do there to free his arms.
Clark, Seifert, Brownlee to come in next. There's no doubt he'll stabilise and do what he does. Henry Cooper, who took 2 wickets at the end of the innings, he'll be on a high. He'll be very excited to have a go out there. So, and Devsich, he's already scored 100 this season, so it's not looking good in terms of any Central Stags fans, because this batting lineup goes quite deep. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of power there all the way to Cougar line at 7.
Tinkner, hard lengths. Oh, stunning late cut, stunning late cut. Clark continues on his merry way.
Hell of a shot by Cartonet, just using the pace of Tinkner, back of a length, touch wide, and he's just put that away behind square for 4. He'll be very happy with that.
Using the pace of the ball to delight Tinkner, that hard length, and wow, doesn't have to go far wide of that third man to beat him, that's for sure. And they've swapped him. Now they've got 2 deep on the square leg boundary. He loves the short ball. He loves that bottom hand. I saw him warming up in the throwdowns. Just a few one-handers, but that's the end of the over. The Knights, 19 for the loss of none. A very pleasant evening out there. This is this Hamilton at its best, mate?
Well, George, I can tell you that this is, you know, one of the best places to be right now, watching a game of cricket, watching the Knights. You just want to be parked up on the bank. There's a new bar there.
Oh.
I mean, it's just.
I opened up a can of worms. I really invited him to pump up his hometown there.
And the conditions, George, like the temperature out there, it's just perfect.
Oh, Anurag Verma, you are really pumping up your hometown, and fair enough too, because it is a stunning night for T20 cricket. There's no doubt about it.
We've got some spin now, George. We've got Ajaz come to the attack.
Yeah, we were calling for it. We wanted it. partnership 19 off just 2 overs. So the experience of black cap, Ajaz Patel, coming to the floor. He's got a long off and a deep square, so...
Slip in as well. This could be crucial.
Love that. Great start. Yeah, there you have it. There's the spin we've seen all night. How's Seifert going to limit the damage here?
Yeah, I think Seifert's he's actually a very good player off the back foot, so I think he'll be looking to get deep in his crease. Maybe even look to pull.
Patel bowling right on off stump, and they've got that short cover in, much like Anton Devcic was there today. I get the feeling that there's not another dot ball to come. Patel. Sweep shot from Seifert and sweeps well. He breaks the shackles. Fantastic boundary 4.
Beautiful shot by Timmy there. Just getting across a little bit and just hitting it behind square. That deep square leg. Fielder didn't have a chance, did he?
It can be so tough in cricket to watch the struggles of your team in the first innings and then runs are flowing in the second like this. Patel again, reverse. Not quite the option with that ball drifting down leg. Dot ball.
It's a good shout, but I think it was just going down leg.
Seifert.
Definitely don't think he's going to give it much here to Tim.
No. It's dangerous to use your feet when there's this much spin, though, isn't there?
Yeah, when it is turning, you want to be quite quick and flat into the surface. So
well bowled, very well bowled. But you sense they need wickets. They need to go bang, bang. They need to get the shotgun out and really make a dent into this batting lineup. Patel. Slower delivery, well played, but no run.
Nice shot.
It's a nice over, 1 boundary from it, but still it just shows that spin is king out here today. The score, 23 for none. Blair Tinkner lining up once again. He'll be looking to make a dent in this batting lineup. They need something. They need it now. The Knights are in cruise control.
Yeah, I think the only way the Stags are going to win this if they bowl the Knights out, to be honest. And so they need wickets. So they might have to set a few more aggressive fields, and that's just the way it goes. Might leak a few boundaries, but they need wickets.
95 to win. Oh, make that 94. No ball, free hit. Tinkner doesn't agree, but it looked awfully high.
Yeah, Tinkner, that's a slow ball gone wrong, isn't it? But that was definitely above the waist from here.
Yeah, well, our first impressions, and as you can see there, the umpire signalling free hit. Just what the Stags did not need. I can see from our view in the commentary stand, I can see bouncy castles, hundreds of kids having a lot of fun out there. They should probably watch out this ball because we've got a free hit and Clark loves that region.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to bowl here. Could be a bouncer.
Deep square out there. He's going to be in the action. No, he's not. It's going straight at the kids, but it's going to bounce before them. 4 runs. A free hit proving very valuable for the Knights.
Brilliant shot by Cartone. He sort of expected a bit more of a shorter length, and he's just, again, baseballed it over mid-on's head, and Tickner's still not happy with the umpire, and he's still questioning him a little bit. But he's just got to get on with it, I think.
That could be his 1 bouncer for the over as well, maybe. But Courtney Clark races to 20 off 10, striking at 200. Clark, sorry. Classical shot. He is batting beautifully tonight.
That is hit beautifully on the up. A little bit of width again. I think that's sort of allowed him to free his hands, and he's just, punished that through the covers.
86 to win. 100 balls.
Cartone's batting on a different wicket here, I think, to everyone else.
Oh, it's high though. Tickner's changed the game. Clark's going to go. breakthrough for the Stags.
Yeah, big fist bump there from Blair Tickner. He's got the breakthrough for the Stags that they desperately needed. Good little catch, running back.
Great catch, but a great cameo from Clark. 24 off 11. He set up a very nice platform.
Very well played by Carton. I think that's what the team needed. Get the team off to a good start. Had a few nice shots, and yeah, he's done his job.
That's right, with a strike rate of around 200 at the top. That's a perfect little platform for the experienced Dean Brownlee to come in and just do what he does best and play cricket shots.
No, Dean's a perfect guy to get out there now. He'll sort of steady the ship a little bit. Plenty of experience. So
yeah, it's going to be a nice balance, because we've got to remember young Tim Seifert at the other end, who almost has gone unnoticed with Clark's brilliance so far. So it's going to be great to watch. But the Knights, they're cruising, but this wicket from the Stags was much needed. Could it bring 2? Could it bring 3? Who knows?
it was looking like a pretty big over, wasn't it? And he's just pulled that one back, and nice wicket to get.
2 fours and a wicket, sharing the spoils, but as you mentioned before, Anurag, it's just wickets, 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 as all the Stags are looking at. Get a slip in, go on, yes, chuck him in. That's what we like to see. Put pressure on Seifert. It's a fly slip, sort of a third.
I think Tim's going to do anything silly here. We've just lost a wicket. I think he'll just try and rotate here a little bit, get through this over.
And he's played a lovely shot, late card, and it's raced away. That's a cricket shot of the highest order.
That's beautiful batting. I think, yes, slightly wide again. He's just put him away behind square with Tickner's pace as well. That's a useful shot.
Yeah, it begs to differ whether or not pace on the ball is a good thing. So much good spin bowling here this evening, and
it's been an interesting over. There's been a no ball. There's been a few good shots, and then there's been a wicket, and
straight full played patiently.
Good comeback by Tickner there. Full and straight. Try to close out the over now.
Run rate required, just a tickle over 5.
It was difficult for the Stags to rotate the ND spinners in the middle, so even 6 and over off the spinners could be difficult.
And again, full straight. And nicely played for a dot. That is all you need to do sometimes, and that is the end of the over. It's 36 for 1.
All right, welcome back to Seddon Park, Hamilton. Run chase on our hands. Looks like we're going to see some more spin here, which is something we've been talking about all day. Anurag Verma, spin to win on this wicket tonight.
That's it, Lennox into the attack now. He hasn't played too many T20 matches for CD, so a little bit of inexperience, but he'll be licking his lips.
And he's right on the money first up.
He's not a big turner of the ball. He generally slides it in quite quickly, but even he should be able to extract a little bit of turn.
Yeah, well, they'll be both sides playing the 2 specialist spinners tonight, reading the conditions well, used wicket.
I think George will be quite crucial as well. He'll get a bowl, no doubt, at some stage.
Dean Brownlee is going to come out to this. Goes across his stumps.
It's a big heave there from Dino.
Yeah,
where's that one?
A clear bit of intent here. Mid-on and mid-off are up, but potentially looking more towards a cow.
He's looking to that shorter boundary on the leg side.
He's chipped it, and he's out. Lennox has the wicket. What a moment for the young man.
Brilliant start by Lennox. Just cramped Dean Brownlee a little bit up, didn't he? And he's just sort of chunked it out to mid-on, and good little catch by George. He looked a little bit nervous getting to that, but he pounced it in the end.
George Worker with the little
with
fist bump on a greasy night. That's a big breakthrough. Dean Brownlee, he's walking back. Looked like he was in slightly two minds there, potentially. Ended up chipping it to George, who came in and tidied up. Another wicket for the Stags. It's what they need to do. We spoke about it. You're not going to restrict defending 117, but you might just bowl them out.
Exactly. They definitely need to look to bowl the Knights out, and they've got a couple of wickets now. And Henry Cooper again hasn't played too many games for ND, so he'll be a little bit nervous. But it's a great opportunity for him to take the Knights home.
Absolute nightmare chase, really, isn't it? When you're these little ones on turning, tough conditions, everyone expecting you to knock it off. Can get very tough out there.
Yeah, no chase is easy, isn't it? And yeah, the Knights just need one good partnership here, or 50 plus, and they should get home. But it's not going to be easy. A lot of spin coming up.
Yeah. Where is the option to the spinners, do you think? It's hard early on, isn't it? There's not many ones out there with the field up. Do you try and play out the spinners? I mean, they've got three of them, the Stags.
Yeah, well, I think you still need to look at your zones where you can target the spinners, and I think especially on a slower track, you can look to go back in your crease a little bit and wait for something slightly shorter to pull.
Oh, and just stands first ball. Nearly caught it backward point. Henry Cooper's underway, but in streaky fashion.
Well, we've seen it all, haven't we, so far? That's a good effort there by Joey Field there. Nearly pulled a stunner off.
Well, we've seen it early. The Knights, they don't want to be dictated to in this chase. They don't want to let the spinners settle, even though they have just lost a wicket. Henry Cooper, I'm not sure if he intended that to go where it did, but...
I love that intent by Henry. I think he was trying to go over sort of mid-off cover, but again, that bit of turn, the ball just stopped on the surface a little bit.
Wide of the crease, and there's width, and he finds the gap. It's going to be a chase on. Looks like Clarkson out there. Or Joey Field, in fact, flicks it back in. But they're going to turn for three. They're both quick runners. Seifert and Cooper, every run so crucial.
Yeah, just to answer your question, Willie, I think you still have to look to put pressure on the spinners and look to take them down wherever you can if they miss. Because if you don't, they just sit on a nice line and length, and they'll just do that all day. So we see that Henry sort of took a bit of a risk first ball and sort of made that next ball a little bit shorter, a little bit wider. So,
well, Tim Seifert's a man who loves to take on spinners. Terrific form for the Black Caps in the T20 Internationals. He's got the young man bowling to him. Oh, and a bit of finesse. Just opens the blade, uses the pace. 4 runs.
Brilliant shot by Timmy there. That's the last shot that we expected Tim Seifert to play after the summer he's had. But looks like he is using his brain a little bit out there, and yeah, just playing to the conditions, playing very smartly.
Yeah, a fantastic end to the over. It takes them through to 45 for 2. Is that the maturity we've seen in Tim Seifert's game in the last couple of years? We always knew an explosive hitter, incredible ball striker, but the ability to mix that with sort of skill, precision and timing.
Yeah, Tim, when he sort of burst onto the scenes for ND anyway, he was just all one pace. He just liked to hit boundaries like any young kid. But yeah, he's matured over the years, and especially we've seen this summer. Like he took the team home in one of the T20 internationals, and it's great to see, you know, just him playing to the situation of the game and not just trying to launch every ball. So looks like he's obviously learned a lot by being around, you know, guys likes of Kane and Ross Taylor, etc. And yeah, he's learning his craft now, and it's great to see.
Absolutely. Stars of the Black Caps on display here tonight, and a good crowd in at Seddon Park. And they are watching their team try and knock off a tricky total, 117. It doesn't look like much, but if you've been watching the coverage, it is tough out there, particularly with the turning ball. And we've got one of the best in the business, Ajaz Patel.
Stags were
changing
46,
ends.
I think, weren't they? 46 for 1 after their 6 overs. So Knights slightly ahead here with the 1 extra wicket down. But we saw after this stage, it definitely got a lot harder.
Talent round the wicket. Oh, yeah, right on it. He turns and he works it into the offside, Cooper. Interesting to see how much Ajaz looks to flight this here. He's got mid-on and mid-off up. It's the last over of the power play. Will Cooper want to take a risk?
I think he'll have a look. Tony Brown downtown, I think.
He slashes at that and has placed it well. It's a chase on the boundary. He won't get there. Henry Cooper, his first boundary. Knights continuing to find the rope.
Beautiful shot. We see another boundary square of the wicket. AJ's just offering a little bit of width there, and Henry just put that away very nicely.
Again, it's that intent to look to score, putting the bowler under pressure. It wasn't that wide, but he went with a turn. Those short square boundaries you can target. We've seen Ross Taylor do it so often. Into the legs. What do you think the chat would have been at the break there from the Knights? And I mean, I think everyone knew it wasn't going to be an easy chase. How do you structure the chase, depending on who's out there, I suppose?
Yeah, I think they'd try to get as many as they could in the first 6 overs, to be honest, and then sort of reassess from there.
Well, it's the tight single. Can't get it in his hand. That's good running. It is greasy out there. We're in the break. Matt McEwen and myself did the old paper on the ground test, and there definitely was a dew out there.
Bit of dew, yeah, that's interesting. So, AJ, we haven't seen too many spin that sharply. There's still a bit of turn, but a little bit less than the first innings, I think.
The 50's up inside the power plate. They'll be happy with that, the Knights. Tim Seifert, their key man. He's in the top 3 in the Dream11 Super Smash for a reason. He goes back, so proficient off that back foot.
Yeah, that's where he's good, isn't he? I mean, that's where a lot of batters just sort of lunge forward and get trapped and struggle to rotate, but he's quick on his feet and gets back and punches that one away.
And what they've done is they've got this required run rate down under 5, which is very manageable.
Beautifully bowled by AJ there to close the over out.
Yep.
Wily character, isn't he?
Yep, they'll take the dot. The Knights, they'll take 51 for 2 off the first 6 over power play. They're chasing 117. Anurag Verma, we thank you. We're going to, I think, swap you in. Victoria Lynn for potentially her last spell of the evening. Tim Seifert, Henry Cooper in the middle. Going to run a ball, Tim. Cooper 10 off 7. At the moment doing a pretty good job, would you say, Vic?
Doing a great job. I do like watching a fellow wicketkeeper bat. Love it square of the wicket, don't we?
Yep, fast hands. Challenging conditions here. Spin from both ends. Stopping in the pitch, Jaden Lennox conceded that last boundary, but he did get the wicket of Dean Brownlee, and he's on again with a bit more protection down the grounds this time. Well, that's well flighted and gets the outside edge.
Spin's really done the trick all day, hasn't it? Seen in the women's game earlier, now with the men. Lots of purchase off this pitch.
It's interesting to see what Seifert wants to do here. What he wants to do is go across his stumps and try and hack it out to that short boundary over mid-wicket. Can't get anything on it.
I think the Knights have got the right idea here in terms of trying to go after the spinners. The Stags just kind of look to just try and play them around, but Knights trying to put them off their line a bit. A bit more reward than what the Stags did.
He loves the sweep shot. Hockey player, of course. Oh, aerial. He'll get one. Yep, they might only need creeping up to 5 and over again, but Stags can keep chipping out wickets here. It is tough to score. Lennox doing a good job. Seems a little bit quicker and he can't get any bat on it.
You can definitely see with the batters that are just looking to kind of just push it around, they're having far less success than the likes of Seifert, who's really looking to attack, play square, which again we talked about earlier in the day. It seems to be a lot easier to score square on this wicket.
And when it's turning, the horizontal bat shots can be slightly easier. Oh, or just turn around. Goes for the switch hit, can't get hold of it. Henry Cooper. Well, they're not going to try and let the spinners settle here. We're seeing a shot every 2 or 3 balls. They know it's tough to work the ones. Boundaries are important to keep that required run rate under control. Quality over this so far. Just the one off the first 5 balls. Can he finish it off? Oh, and he can. That's a terrific over. Jaden Lennox bowling his side back into a better position here. It's 52 for 2 after 7.
It's a pretty crucial over, isn't it? The first one out of the power play. Make sure you keep it nice and tight. Only go for 1. Pretty happy with that result, the Stags.
That's an outstanding over. That's the blueprint if they're going to go on and win this, is diving into that pitch, letting it do its work. Pressure like that will bring wickets, and it's wickets that they need. And it's the captain into the attack tonight, George Worker.
I did say earlier that he was likely to give himself a wee trundle, so see what he can do.
Yeah, one of 3 spinners in the lineup for the Stags. And you think they're going to bowl their 12 overs. Tough for them though, they have got good pace bowling attack. Bracewell, Tickner, Field. But on this wicket, it's been the tweakers and the turners who've done the damage so far.
It's just T20 cricket, isn't it? You've just got to be adaptable, and captain's just got to know who's going to suit what pitch.
Yeah, well, George Worker, he's got a long on, long off. Deep cover sweeper. 2 men back on the leg side. Cow corner is open. Seifert does not mind it there. He doesn't mind it there either on the cup. Well, I think Tim Seifert's thinking he wants to be there at the end. He's done it for the Black Caps, and in a tough, small little chase.
He has, but we would like to see a few fireworks, wouldn't we? I mean, we've had 1-1-6
Well, selfishly,
the whole day.
for the product, for the NZC production.
Absolutely.
So if someone could just run that one out there. Well, if we get close enough, I'm surely he'll do what he does. But at the moment, very workmanlike from these two. Oh, Worker, well bowled. Almost indecision. Good fielding there from Ajaz Patel. Calf muscle injury. Halting the start of his summer. Black Caps test incumbent spinner. But he's out there tonight. And you feel he's going to have a big role to play.
Definitely will. All 3 spinners for the Stags, like you say.
So there's just the one man in the circle on the leg side. Asking him to go across the spin. Moves his feet. Goes over cover. I think he's placed it well. He has, but also well fielded. Keeps it in as well. Just 2 runs.
Heart and mouth stuff there for a moment, wasn't it?
Wow, he went out to the longish boundary there. It was well placed. We've seen Seifert. Or was that Cooper? He can flat bat it over cover. Absolute commentator's worst nightmare here with 2 right-handers using a very similar bat. There's the replay. Oh, he's just kept it in. It was Cooper, indeed. Now he gets review. He wanted to play that shot last over. He's picked out the man. Great shot for 1.
Gets in that position really early, doesn't it? We see it so often now in the T20 game. I mean, you know, likes of Glenn Maxwell over in Aussie. Absolute gun.
It's
at
full
the reverse.
full on switch it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seifert got Worker around the wicket. Oh. It's well bowled, but it's also well played. 62 off 74. That's the equation. The Stags, they will want to get those balls catching up with those runs. Hope that pressure can bring a wicket.
Perhaps just looks a little bit too easy. That might be the commentator's curse, but it's a bit easy for the Knights at the moment.
Ooh, well flighted, but well struck. Will they want 2? No, they won't. They'll have to settle for the 1. It's tight enough. First over from George Worker. 6 from it. It's 58 for 2. The lights are on, and there's a game on as well. A good run chase. Lennox to continue. He's bowled well, and he's a bottom edge. Cleaver has the hands to the grill on the helmet. It must have been close to chopped on.
Yeah, pretty unlucky, pretty frustrating as a bowler. Most things seem to be going the Knights' way at the moment.
Left arm orthodox. Oh, it's well bowled. No run there. They're right in on the offside here, the Stags. Putting the pressure. Trying to drive that run rate required up to 6.
Yeah, we saw earlier those dot balls. That was really what created the pressure and then brought on some wickets in the first innings.
Again. Really well bowled that. This is tough. Is this Hamilton or Hyderabad, these conditions?
It is a bit test match-like, isn't it?
Fantastic. The low-scoring games, you absolutely love them sometimes. Oh, Tim Seifert. He gives Lennox the nod there and says, well bowled. That was too good for me.
Yeah, I think sometimes you just got to appreciate that the bowler is just going to bowl you a good ball.
Yeah, well, there's plenty being delivered by the spinners. You know, the Knights in a position now where they think about just trying to get through the spin overs and attack what pace there may be left at the back end. Seifert on that sweep shot. Oh, superb placement and a welcome boundary.
He's really found the blueprint for it, hasn't he? For how to play the spinners on this deck. Get down on a knee.
Plays that shot so well, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Gets low, and it was the placement on this one.
Yeah.
Right between the two men. Ajaz Patel. It's a very welcome boundary after 4 straight dots. Lennox, he won't want to let him play that sweep shot. Oh, this one's flighted and bowled him. That's the end of Tim Seifert. It's a big wicket. It's Lennox again. He's got 2.
Straight through. Seifert will be pretty disappointed in that. He was looking pretty good out there.
Oh, this was thrown up above the eye line. Drift, dip. Seifert loses his off stump and he has to go. It's 63 for 3 after 9 overs. Another twist perhaps in this run chase as we welcome in George Harper Jr. to the call box.
Yeah, the Stags certainly needed that. Great to see the stumps rattled. And their hopes are still ever so slightly alive, Willie Nichols.
Well, you've always got to root for the underdog, don't you? And when there's a small total on the board...
That's exactly right. And they might be a bit nervous now that the skipper, Anton Devcic, is at the crease. Well, what 100 he scored in a losing effort just not long ago.
Yeah, completely different assignment tonight, isn't it? At Pookie Park, chasing 220, you're swinging for the side boundaries. But here tonight, you are playing on a Bunsen burner Turner, and it asks some quite different questions.
Yeah, this is sort of like your New Zealand summer backyard cricket, and you just got people all ends up every delivery, which can sometimes be quite fun when you're just chasing 10 or 12.
You've got the tree root running across the pitch at a bit of good length. Pieces of glass from broken bottles from a party the night before, and the ball is just, it's doing things, and I'm not suggesting that's what the pitch is made of tonight, but it's certainly the challenge that the batsmen are having to face.
Yeah, look, at that time of year in your backyard, the groundsman obviously having time off as well, so the spicy wickets really start causing trouble in the backyard. But look, we need some...
It's Joey Field into the attack now. He's made an impressive start to the campaign, and it's pace on the ball, which we haven't seen a lot of. He starts with a dot.
Yeah, they're at the point where they're just going to have to try all the tricks in the bag. They need to go bang, bang. They need to keep the momentum after getting the big man Seifert out.
Lovely night here at Seddon Park. Looks fantastic under the lights as well.
Healthy crowd, 1,823.
Advancing and on the hook, could be out, won't quite get there. Oh, field stands mid-pitch.
Tickner down there. Couldn't quite get up to the pace of that.
Good bumper.
Very nice bumper. You've got to bowl it at the badge and you've got to bowl it hard at the badge. Very nicely done, but sadly, only a metre away from a wicket there.
He's got big long limbs, if that is indeed Tickner down there. Anton Devcic, the perfect man you'd want in from a Northern District's perspective. All the experience, the left-hander. He's played all around the world, battled in all sorts of conditions.
What's he going to do here, Willie Nichols? Is he going to throw the kitchen sink, or is he going to bat like a captain and bring these boys home?
Yeah, I think he'll have to have a look. It'd be a brazen man to come out here and swing the willow. Oh, field, and he is hustling in, and that is caught him in half, as they say.
That is an absolute peach.
Everyone's looking around and out there. That shot off a length.
Cole Jamieson would be happy with that, the way he's bowling. Stunning stuff.
Welcome to the crease. Be a brazen man indeed. Want to have a crack at that first up.
Yeah, look. Just see that one through.
He's hustling in here, Joey Field, from under 19s. And he's hitting that back of the length, but that's well played. Opens the blade, gets his account underway. Yep, still got Brett Hampton to come. Scott Kugelheim, Zach Gibson and the Walker brothers. Not sure their batting proficiency. Anna nods and shakes his head at the same time. Freddie, we're told, the better of the batters. They've got a bit in the shed, but not heaps. A lot on this partnership.
Well, yeah, you've got to be careful here. Obviously, there is a few men in the shed that can swing for the fence, but you don't want to leave them too much work. These boys here have to do the brunt of it and let the rest of the shed relax and march towards their first victory of the Dream11 Super Smash.
Well, I heard a great analogy or formula around chasing in terms of wickets in hand versus overs to go for when you want to really launch. So 7 overs to go, 7 wickets in hand. So by that equation, they've got to keep waiting, but he's not going to wait. Cooper gets his feet going and slashes out to cover. Did you get that?
Keep talking, please.
So if you're 3 down, then you could only launch when you had, so you got 7 wickets still in hand, and you can only launch when you had 7 overs to go. More of probably a bat first kind of equation, which obviously they're not doing here. But do you get that? So
I understand.
And then as you lose a wicket, you lose an over.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the best way to agree with it without lying.
Well, I won't tell you where I heard it, but it was, in some pretty high up cricket circles, mate. It wasn't the Geraldine Cricket Club. Do that for free.
Well, Diamond Harbour's not too much better, but look, I like the theory all the same.
Don't play T20, they've been dropped from that grade.
52 to 1. Just 52 to win at the halfway mark. Plenty of action to come. And there'll be plenty more spin to come as well.
Yeah, Lennox, he's going well. He's 2 for 15 off his 3 overs. This is his last one, though. How will they play him?
Sensibly. Majestically.
Look at those worms flirting with each other, George Harper Jr.
In and out. They're just sort of very, very teasing.
But it's the wickets that are the problem. The Stags at this stage, well, they were potentially only same wickets down, but they weren't quite as much on the runs. But they had the trouble of batting first, where you were not sure what a good total is, where the second time around, you've got the beauty of knowing the target.
Yep, I'm looking forward to seeing how Devcic attacks the spin here. I think with the spin coming into him, this is his best opportunity. Reasonably large gap at cow by the security guard over there, who's really enjoying his evening watching the gherkin.
Devcic with the open stance. Can't get it away. Oh, it's a nervy chase, this, isn't it?
Oh,
you've got your fans in.
And when you're 0-3, let's be honest, that does play on your mind, doesn't it? Winning is a habit, and they're not quite having that habit at the moment.
It's a big chase.
Oh, he's missed that by a mile. He's at the deck. He's got his pitching wedge, and you need to repair that divot.
Lennox is just guiding them in here. Anurag Verma said he wasn't a huge turn. Maybe Matt McEwen said he wasn't a huge turn of the ball, but he's using his flight, his guile, his drift, and obviously the wicket.
Reminds me, action aside, reminds me of the Marty Kane sort of sliding it in there.
Oh, he does it again. Don't be fooled by that camera angle. That's not actually that close. As attested by the lack of appealing out there. He's bowling well, though. 2 for 16. He's got only 2 balls to go. You're thinking the Knights are probably going to play him out. Say, well bowled you. We'll have a look at the other 4.
Couldn't agree more. Take a single or 2 here and keep those wickets. A lot of dancing around, Cub. A lot of dancing around.
Yeah, well, he's 1 off 6 all of a sudden, Devcich. It is not easy out there, boys. 1 to come in the spell from the young man. And it's a dot. And it's... Oh, is it? No, Dougie. Well, it's still a very handy spell. 2 runs off his last over. 2 for 17. When you're the young spinner in the team, needing to bowl well in the conditions that favour you. I'll sub myself out on that note, George Harper Jr.
Yeah, not a bad idea, but a great shift there, Cub. 50 runs to win off 54 balls. It's all of a sudden, things are starting to heat up in here. The Stags, they're alive. They're breathing. They believe they're in with a chance. Anurag Verma, you've been sitting quietly in the corner, but now it's your chance to... Well, last time you were in the commentary box, you were singing and dancing, but how are you feeling now?
Yeah, a little bit more nervous. I think it's Stags are bowled really well, actually. The spinners are doing a great job. Lennox with a great 4 overs there. Be pretty happy with that. Joey Fields come on and made a few things happen, so...
Hit hard out to the cover sweeper. Should just be 1. Is 1. Oh, no, it's not. He's been thinking about his good bowling spell out there.
Yeah, Lennox might have just clocked off there after his 4 overs.
That's an absolute coach killer, no doubt about it.
I think Anton will be looking to come pretty hard here, seeing as, it's a medium pace of bowling. It might be a bit more pace to work with, so...
Yeah, no doubt about it. As a batsman, you eye up your bowlers, and when it's ragging as much as it is out there, you've got to take your chance. You've got to cash in here. There's no one on the leg side apart from a deep square, fine leg, so he can look forward to that, and he tries to, and it's gone high. High, but nowhere. Barnett, he's in circles.
Nothing but air there, I think. It's missed Barney's
Big Barney sadly could not get in position. Look, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt with the dark sky and the swirling spin, but let's be honest, they can't afford that.
Yeah, you got to take those. When you're defending 118, you need a lot of things to go your way, and you got to take every chance that comes your way. And yeah, that's a tough one. The new lights here at Seddon Park, it is quite difficult to catch the ball under lights, so yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but yeah, no excuses. I think you've got to take those.
The field is fuming, and bowls a good one to follow up another chance, but he will be even more gutted as it goes to land, not hand. 2 runs from it.
Yeah, good shot by Henry, just using his feet on a slower surface. You see a lot of guys come down and try get a bit more momentum behind the ball, and that's a good little shot. Good 2.
The equation, 45 from 51, don't read into it as an easy target, because things are happening here, and I've seen funnier things happen in the game of cricket. Field again.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a change of pace here, Field.
Oh, knuckleball.
Yeah, he's got a good little knuckleball there, and yeah, good option.
Very good option for leg buys. You feel like he deserves a wicket in this over. He's been bowling so well. Even though spin is the request, he's stepping up, and hopefully he can get some fruition for it.
Yeah, spinner's done the job here for Seddie, but I think, yeah, bringing a paceman on does present that opportunity to take a wicket, because you know the batsmen are going to come pretty hard. So,
Devcich now. Slashes. Is it going to go past? Still a little bit of spin. Just the one run. He really loves that width, doesn't he, Devsich? Throws the hands at anything wide.
Yeah, that was the kitchen sink you're referring to, George, and yeah, he's thrown everything at that.
Yep. Yep, just look after the kitchen. We can't have that going pear-shaped. Cooper now 20 off 22. He's holding the team together really nicely here. He's having a day out. If he can finish this run chase and also have 2 wickets to his name, he'll be a happy young man.
Yeah, he'd be wanting a ball next to his name, I think, next time we bring up the team list.
Oh, no chance. Cooper on strike. Just an ultimate wicket.
Yeah, it's well bowled again by Field. That's a little bit of change of pace there, I think, again, but good over. Pretty interesting over.
Very interesting over. The score 76 for 3 after 12. As the night falls, well, let's be honest, it fell a long time ago. As the night gets later and later, this game gets ever more interesting. The experience of Ajaz Patel has come on to try and change this game as the worms are getting closer.
Yeah, you can just see that pink worm, though, just accelerating. It's got a bit more of an incline to it, which is good to see, really.
Slightly healthier eating patterns in that worm, maybe. As Patel lines up from the city end, needs to make a difference. Oh, a dot ball is a difference. Good fielding at point from Lennox. And then Barnett moved down to short third. Time to relax.
It's a hot spot, though, I think.
Well bowled.
That sort of turn and bounce action, I think Barney's going to have his hands full there. He might get a little catch there off a outside edge.
I really think Cooper needs to just get off strike here. He needs to find a single and bring the left-hander on to nullify that spin. Ajaz has squared him up, but he does just that. Gets down to the other end. You can't go out from that end very often, but I've seen sillier things. Captain Anton on strike now. He's on 6 off 10.
Yeah, Anton, again, one of those players. He's played a lot around the world. He's played in the Pakistan League. He's played on slower surfaces, so he knows how to use his crease well, and he'll be looking to go back if he drops slightly short and pull him over mid-wicket.
It's full. It's a huge swing, no ding. Devsich looking to cash in, trying to break the shackles. 41 of 44 balls remaining. This is going to be good.
Yeah, someone does need to, pull up their sleeves and have a crack here and finish this game off as quick as possible.
Another one, another swing and a miss. Copy and paste that delivery. Devsich needs to get onto one here. Note the fielders once again. Oh, now he's dropping back to the boundary. He was about 10 off it, backward square, and now they know that he's bowled a good over so far. They need to defend. They need to ensure that there is no boundary here. Even a 1 is a nice result for the Stags. Oh, and he's punched the gap, slashes it. It's gone for 4. Brilliant shot.
That's the one he was looking for, wasn't he? He's finally got that length to work with, and he's just absolutely pumped that. And George Worker at mid-wicket had no chance there. Another boundary.
It looked like he tried to play that one more along the ground, and I feel like that helped massively with his timing rather than the good old-fashioned heave-ho into the stands.
Yeah, it was a touch fuller as well, so it was always going to be harder to get under the ball. So he just made sure he just timed that beautifully, didn't he?
Now, wickets in hand, 7, and 7 overs remaining. Someone once told me that that is a theory to go bang if you've got 1 wicket per over. The Nichols theory. Hell of a guy. All right, the experience of Blair Tickner. He's replaced Field, and he'll bowl very similar to Field. He's had a lot of success in the last few years at this level in this brand of cricket. He's been rewarded with a hat that is black, the international level, and now his team his captain, George Worker, needs him more than ever to make a difference.
Yeah, we'll be calling on all his experience here. The Knights obviously in the box seat, but anything can happen, as you know, George, in this beautiful game of ours.
That's right, Cooper on strike. Boundaryless for a while, but playing with class, playing with patience and maturity.
Yeah, he's just playing that anchor role beautifully, Henry. I do refer to him as Glenn Maxwell around the camp, just because he's got that 360 game. It's a huge call, but
it's really pumping his
tires up, that's exactly what it's there for. You know.
Yeah, well, if it pumps his tyres up and it works, full credit. Keep
he's
going.
done it. You know, he's done it in one-day cricket for us. And he's really improved his game actually over the last few years. It's good to see.
Switch on strike and a lovely tickle down to third man for a single. They just need to pick their deliveries, because as we've said, you can't leave too many runs for the back end of this batting lineup, albeit a good one.
Yeah, definitely the Knights can't afford for this game to go into the last over or the last 2 overs. They've got to look to win this game with 2 to 3 overs to spare, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You sort of aim for that. Finish it at the end of the 19th. He charges. No! It hasn't worked. The breakthrough for Tickner. Huge wicket.
That is a massive blow. Tickner's very happy with himself there, and the Stags really needed that one.
They've called on the experience. The black cap, Blair Tickner, has taken a huge wicket of Henry Cooper. What a moment this could turn out to be.
Yep, it just got a whole lot more interesting now. Henry was doing a good job there. But, yeah, just that length, and it just sort of stood up a little bit, might have just got the splice of the bat, and, yeah, cover doing, taking a pretty easy catch.
Ben Smith at cover gets his name on the score sheet. A very important catch at this stage of the game, and it brings to the crease Brett Hampton. He bowled extremely well, and he'll be looking to back it up with the blade.
Yeah, Brett Hampton, he's an exceptional talent. Brilliant athlete, and probably one of the biggest hitters in New Zealand, to be honest. Brett can hit some serious homers, so hopefully we get to see a few of those lusty blows tonight.
That's exactly right. We've got 3 balls to come in this over. Wowee. All of a sudden we've been reasonably relaxed up here and around the ground. You can even sense that the crowd, albeit they don't have many seats, they're on the edge of their rug.
Yeah, no seats here, George. It's just a beautiful, grass embankment, really. There's a few seats on the left.
It's no
there.
Hagley Oval. Tickner again, bowling with fire. Dot ball. All of a sudden, dot balls are very important.
Dot balls are gold at the moment, aren't they? It's either a dot or a wicket. That's what the Stags need every single ball here.
1 delivery, or 2 deliveries remain.
Yeah, this has been a great over by Tickner. He's been called upon and delivered straight away.
Yeah, he's got skipper George Worker chewing his ear off at mid-off.
I think he'll just be looking to keep bowling that hard length with a bit of change of pace.
And straight to the field. All of a sudden, the ball's not hitting the gaps like it has been all evening. The Stags, they have their tails up.
I think mid-wicket's going to go back here just to close out the over. Make sure they don't leak a boundary here. It's been a very, very good over. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a short one either.
The hunted are now hunting as the Stags fight their way back into this game. Well bowled and well played. Single to third man. And that's the over. A very good over. A wicket needed. And we're going to have a change of bowlers in the com box as well. Well, actually, we're going to have 2 bowlers going head-to-head. McEwen, Verma, you're at the wheel.
Well, Matty, it's great to have you back. It's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to be back
we've
here.
bowled with each other.
Yes,
since the Wellington days.
Since our Wellington Firebirds days, but yeah, changed the bowling at the far end. Kieran Uema Barnett going to bowl some, I guess, some quick spin. I guess, running in off his little long run up and then just trying to bowl some cutters into the wicket and hopefully try and do a Henry Cooper job.
Yeah, he's going to be niggly. I think he bowls quite slowly, so he'll be looking to bowl those knuckle balls wide of off stump and try and make Hampton and Devsich drag the ball into the leg side. So
slightly shorter boundary to to Hampton's leg side. I have seen him some pretty big ones, so
yeah, he can hit a pretty long ball on the golf course as well. Actually, he's got some seriously fast hands.
But then bowls and work to fine leg, and Patel does the fielding.
Yeah, there we see a knuckle ball first up straight away. It's gone from slow to even slower, which is tough in this form of the game to face, to be honest.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to bowl too many with pace on, and if it does, that could be the change-up.
Another dot there. Good fielding by Lennox there mid-wicket.
This could be one of those overs that if he bowls a nice wee, 1 or 2 off, it just makes that run rate just climb a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's up to 6s now. Hasn't been like that for quite some time.
Wide and chopped down outside off stump, and Tickner in with a great bit of fielding from backward point, but can't stop Devsich from getting through for the quick single.
That's his go-to, Barney, for bowling to Brett Hampton there. Just keep bowling him nice and wide.
Make him have to fetch it.
Yep. Pretty good overs so far. 1 off, 2 dots.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight old run chase. We got 33 required off 33 deliveries, so run a ball.
Seems easy, doesn't it, Matt, on paper? Someone look into the scoreboard, they'd be thinking, wow, the Knights should have this in the bag, but it's not like that, is it?
Nah, this wicket's played a little bit of a trick on the two teams, I guess. We were sort of expecting a hard, fast, bouncy one, and hasn't been like that. Devsich bang down to deep long on, and round goes the fielder, and only 1 scored.
Yeah, that's how he's going to play this. I think he's going to be looking to get a nice still base and wait for a slightly shorter ball that he can sort of heave-ho over mid-wicket or straight down the ground.
Yeah, just trying to keep that scoreboard ticking over and not have too many dot balls. And then obviously if that bad ball comes, trying to put it away. Barnett again. Hampton straight, big strike, straight into the side screen. That's a great blow, big 6.
That is an unbelievable cricket shot. Lovely hands through the ball, and that has just peppered the side screen over behind the bowler's head. What a shot by Hampton.
That's what we're talking about, that one ball and that over that can go, and now can Hampton really put some salt on that wound and double it up.
Yep, and that was the length. We haven't seen many balls in the slot like that. I think that was the first one.
Bowled, scampered through for 1, and great bit of fielding there, but Anton Devsich quick enough to get through to the single.
He still thinks he's one of the quickest, in the team, so he's still got it, I guess. Keeps reminding all the young boys that he's still fitter than them and stronger than them, so.
Devi knows he's going well. 93 for 4 after 15 overs. Here we go. It's been a great little partnership between Anton Devsich and Brent Hampton. I've just sort of ticked it along at a runner ball. But I think that top of that order was the big partnership, that 32. Carter Clark came out all guns blazing and did a terrific job. 24 off 12. Tickner back into the attack now.
Very well bowled that.
Nothing beats the top of the off stump in some games, especially this wicket where it's not fizzing through as we would normally expect it to be in a T20, but it's just holding in the wicket, and it's just that banging that length and not allowing the batsmen to free their arms. Yeah,
it's all about accuracy, Matt. I think we've seen yourself obviously do that for Auckland and Wellington for many years now, and that's where you operate, don't you, in the first class scene.
Hampton bashed again, and that's a great bit of fielding at backward point, but can't stop Devsich from getting through for 1. Tickner looking a real treat out there at the moment. 2 for 23 off 3.2.
His last over here. I think Ajaz has got one more over left, so Stags will have to use him next over, I guess. Time's running out for them.
Yeah, time's running out. 24 required now.
Hopefully the Knights are smart enough to take their medicine off Ajaz if he does come on next over and not take too many risks.
Wide from Tickner, and Devicic slashes through cover point and away to the boundary. Leopard could not get around, and that is 4 more.
That is absolutely slapped, isn't it, Matt?
Oh, that's
doesn't get better than that. That is just slapped through cover for 4. A little bit of width offered by Tickner, and Anton has just thrown his hands at it like he has done on many occasions and connected that one beautifully.
That sort of brings it now down to 20 runs to get, and you sort of think if ND can't get across the line here, I don't know when they will.
Yeah, we should get over the line, hopefully, Matt.
Devicic leans back to a short ball from Tickner and ramps it over short third man all the way for 6.
What a shot. Read the length beautifully there. He sort of expected Tickner was going to go a little bit shorter, and he just leant back on that one. Showing his flexibility, Anton. Still got it at this age. Leant back and just used Tickner's pace there. He'd be very happy with that one. I think those 2 balls have really sealed the game here. It's looking a lot more comfortable now for the Knights.
Yeah, this could be a quick finish here. Tickner changing to around the wicket now. Devicic just taking his time, making sure the wicket's nice and clean outside his off stump. $104 for 4 after 15.4. 20 required. Devicic clips into mid-wicket for 1.
Yeah, smart batting by Anton. That's just his experience coming through, isn't it? Over's gone really well, and he just tucks that one up off his hip and takes a single and gets down the other end.
Now you leave it up to Brent Hampton, also known as Hammer.
It's another keen fisherman, actually, from around the Bay of Plenty region. Didn't catch many over the New Year's break.
Tickner again, driving and just beating the man at short cover and out to Clarkson on the deep cover point boundary for 1. We're going to have a change up here in the commentary box. Thanks, Raggy. Great to have you here, mate. And George Harper Jr. to bring us home.
Very excited to be able to bring this one home, Mr. McEwen. What a way to open the can. The skipper, Anton Devicic, says, I'm not here to muck around. Let's finish this and finish it earlier. Runs to win, 12. Balls remaining, 24. So the equation is simple. But the Stags, they'll always hope.
To be honest, if there's one team in this competition that I think that could potentially pull it out of the can, it could be the Staggies.
Yeah.
But I don't think tonight's the night.
Mr. McEwen, it's been a great day's cricket here. Once the rain left, it's been exciting to watch as Ajaz Patel tries to work his magic. Full straight, not quite out. He needs some serious magic. He needs to be Harry Potter-like if he's going to win this one from here. And he comes once more. Straight, full. You don't want to miss those.
Yeah, you're just looking at Brent Hampton now, and he's just sort of looking to just maybe play this over out and say, hey, look, I'm just not going to give him a wicket to give Seedy that sniff.
Yeah, just get the skipper on strike. I think Devicic has come down the wicket and said, get me a single. I'm hungry. I'm ready for more. Patel again. Flighted a bit more and got a nick. It's gone wide of everyone. It's gone through the gap. They're going to steal 2 somehow. It's turning pear-shaped for the Stags. Can the Knights cash in?
Yeah, beautiful delivery there from Ajaz Patel. Took the outside edge of Brent Hampton and just bet the gloves of Dane Cleaver to get 2.
All of a sudden, a few smiles in the dugout from the Knights boys, a few laughs. They're looking a lot more relaxed all of a sudden. 3 to come. Hampton pushes. Opportunity. Opportunity missed. Well, it's coming down to crunch time. 9 runs to win. Plenty of balls to do it.
Yeah, it's great to see Ajaz Patel back in action after sort of a delayed start to his summer this year, but you know, still got the goods, hasn't he?
I smell a 6. Oh, he wanted it, but couldn't get it. Down to long on. Just the 1. 8 required to win now. The Northern Knights yet to get off the mark in the Dream11 Super Smash. They are getting ever closer. Patel. Is that a leave? Did I just see a leave in the 17th over? Believe in the leave. That is very smart batting, let's be honest.
110 for 4, 17 overs gone, 8 required for victory.
He wants the red inker, no doubt about it, but you can do what you want when you only need 8 runs off 18 balls here at Seddon Park. The Knights are turning it on for their home fans. Captain v captain though. Mano, George Worker to bowl to Anton Devcic to try and change this game in an extreme way. Worker coming over the wicket.
This could be the over where Debbie goes, I'm going to take you down, and sort of have that bragging right.
You really sense if it's in the arc, it's out of the park here. Worker now. Oh, it's close to it. He's done enough to gap it. 4 more to the captain.
Yeah, it's a great shot from Devcic. He's sort of eyed the gap out there at the deep square boundary, and he's had a real good look at it and just clipped it over the mid-wicket fielder and a couple of skips away, and it goes away to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, he was eyeing that gap. We could see his little brown eyes from up here just peering off in between cow and wide long on. Worker again, straight to cover. Another misfield. Sadly summing up the Stags' night.
It's been a tough old night out there for the Staggies. Once sort of Devcic came to the crease, he sort of taken control of this innings. 3 required now.
3 runs required. The field comes in. Exciting times for Northern fans. Some of whom are already heading for their car. They're that confident. Fair enough. Worker now. Just the single to deep square.
Christian Leopard up off the deep field square boundary and gets it back in, stopping the 2. 2 required now, and don't you worry, Anton Devcic, he's going to try and do this with 1 big blow.
No doubt about it. Captain Worker trying to waste a bit of time. He's in no hurry to get home. Clean the ball. There's a bit of dew out there, which has paid off for the Knights. Anton Devcic won the toss. His first toss in about 8 games, so he'll be very happy about that. 2 to win. Worker now. It's up. It's over. It's Northern's night here in the Dream11 Super Smash. They're off the mark. Their first win of the season.
Yeah, it's a hell of a finish there, Devi. I said if it's up, it's going. And don't you worry, he put it halfway up that stand out there. Yeah, it's been a hell of a day here. Unfortunately, we lost a bit of cricket this morning in the women's game, but then we've been given an absolute spectacle in the Gherkin out here today.
That's absolutely right. The Northern Knights win by 6 wickets against the Central Stags. A clinic in the end. Captain Anton Devcic brings their team home, and it's all smiles in the pink camp. Finally, they have won. They now move to 1 from 4 here at Seddon Park. What a way to do it in style. Half a dozen of them.
Yeah, it was a lovely way to finish the game, and Yeah, it was an interesting old evening. You know, we had a lot of spin. Normally, you know, it does take a lot of spin here, but it took a lot more spin than we sort of predicted at the toss. And then it was sort of one of those games where one guy was going to take it away on Anton Devicic, finished with 35. It was a hell of an innings with a bit of help from Brent Hampton. Cartney Clark at the top, and then obviously Henry Cooper, who just couldn't get across the line there, but he did a great job in that middle order.
Yeah, wasn't it great? It's, you know, these boys deserve it. They bowled so well. Hard to pick a game changer, a Dream11 game changer, because the Knights, they all chipped in, no doubt about it. So I'm looking forward to seeing who we come up with down there, which is very exciting. But what a way to do it. Manhattan, well, we don't need to look at it. It says it all. The Knights, they've chased down a small total, and they've done it in style.
Yeah, the Stags will just have to go back and regroup after this one, and I guess it's been a little bit of a hard one. There was a couple of changes to their squad today. Yeah, a little bit of illness, and then obviously the skipper Tom Bruce away, but he'll be back hopefully soon, and all the best to him and his wife.
Yeah, well said, very well said. How intriguing is it to have small totals like that provide such entertainment? You know, the Stags have come from posting 2 scores over 220, and then all of a sudden they post 117. So it's a funny old game, cricket, but it's been a great night for the local fans here in Hamilton. And a man who was very good today, no doubt about it, Brett Hampton. He bowled very well at the top. And now I believe he is the game changer, the Dream11 game changer, Brett Hampton. What an innings it was. We're going to come down to Willie Nichols right now, who's with the man of the moment.
Yes, Brett Hampton, the Dream11 game changer. 3 wickets. You got the big one at the start and then came in with a cameo. A good night at the office.
Yeah, no, it was a good night. It was probably a needed night in terms of our season. Obviously, it hasn't been the best start, but to get that win tonight and hopefully get a bit of momentum going forward, yeah, it's probably good. Talk us about those conditions and I suppose your bowling plan in them. Yeah, I think obviously suited the slow bowlers, myself included. Changes of pace, and I think I was pretty much bowling like an off spinner out there. So credit to our spinners, the Walker brothers. They did an outstanding job, and Debbie finishing off at the end was just great. Yeah, how cool a feeling being back at Seddon Park, a big crowd, and to get the W. Yeah, no, it was excellent. Like I said, it was a needed W, and moving forward, hopefully we can get a couple more. All right, Brett Hampton, the Dream11 game changer. Thank you very much. A 3-for and a cameo at the end. He is your Dream11 game changer for tonight, and I'll bring in the losing captain first, George Worker of the Stags. Georgie, tough work out there tonight. Looked like obviously clearly a tough wicket to play on, and I suppose hard one to assess what a good score was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we assessed it right though. We said 140, 150, and you know, if we managed to get that on the board after a sort of half decent start, yeah, we would have been able to put some pressure, and but unfortunately we weren't able to do that, and yeah, they played well to get there. What was the tactics when you came out there? Was sort of a juggling act of when to use the spin, when not to use it? I think so. We definitely discussed it about opening with Ajaz, but yeah, I think the key is just not letting that run rate get to get in front of the game, that top 6, and then get the spin into the game like they did. Actually, they did that really well. So unfortunately, we weren't able to put any pressure on them, but and you know, Anton and Hampton played really nicely at the end. You're 2 from 4 now. I suppose what's next for the Stags? Yeah, definitely not a train smash. We've been going along nicely and came across a pretty tough pitch, and hopefully we won't see that again. But yeah, we're down to Dunedin, so look, we'll definitely have to take some learnings from it, because you never know what we might come across again. And yeah, we'll just have to be better in all departments really. It was a bit sloppy in the field, and didn't start that well in the first 6 either. All right, well, we wish you all the best down there in Dunedin. Cheers, nice to see you, mate. Anton Devicic. We'll welcome you in. Congratulations, mate. Thanks. Nice moment to be able to hit the winning runs here at Seddon Park with a big crowd and get the first W. Yeah, the first W was yeah. It's been a couple of tough weeks with us for the Super Smash so far, but yeah, credit to the boys. It was a difficult wicket, and you know, the toss did mean a lot, and it's the first toss we've won as well. So we've picked the right time to win the toss. Absolutely. Well, you assessed the conditions pretty early in the spinners. Let's talk about them, the Walker brothers. I mean, really impressive through the middle. They broke that first partnership and really put the clamps on. Yeah, they did. It was always a plan to get them in after the power play. We felt that if we could restrict that middle period, we could take some wickets. And you know, Joey and Freffy they've been outstanding all year for us. You know, 4-day cricket, 1-day cricket. They've been
the backbone of our bowling lineup. So it's great to see them both playing T20 this year. It's their first season pretty much playing T20, so it's good to see them, attack it.
117 on a sticky wicket. I think you always knew it was going to be a tough chase.
Yeah. Well, we played them in the final here a few years back now, and it was a similar type of wicket. It probably wasn't as bad as that one, and we got the chocolates then. So maybe we just prepared pilly wickets, and every time we play the Stags, and hopefully we get a win.
Absolutely. And next up for you guys?
It's a good question. My wife generally looks at the schedule, not me. I think we go to Wellington. So yeah, it's on the road, I think.
Take on the high-flying Firebirds, but a win under your belt, and say what you want, but it gives you momentum, doesn't it, when you get the first one underway? Yeah,
it does. And it's not easy when you've come off 3 losses to come out here and be positive. So hopefully now that the boys have got a win under the belt, they can just really relax and just play a good brand of cricket. Really, that's what we're really looking for, and it's just hard to do when you consistently lose games.
Well, a good brand of cricket it was tonight. The fans enjoyed it. Congratulations, you're on the board. Thanks, mate. That's all from down here for the post-match presentation. The Knights, they're on the board. A 6-wicket victory in front of a big crowd here. It's been a great double-headed day for Northern Districts cricket. They've had 2 wins from 2. Back to you up there, George.
Kind regards. Thank you, Willie Nichols, and thank you to both captains for their time all afternoon. What an evening, what a day it's been here at Seddon Park. We're going to cut to a short ad break, and then we'll be right back with you with some in-depth analysis of this fantastic game we call cricket.
Introducing new Gillette Skin Guard, a revolutionary technology to reduce pressure from your shave and reduce irritation on your face. Gillette Skin Guard, clinically proven for sensitive skin.
So dangerous. Dream11 Super Smash presented by KFC. Play a fantasy game and win. Simple as that. Obviously, you hear the airwaves of More FM. They're sponsoring the cricket this summer. Thank you very much. But Dream11, get your fantasy team and pick it's great stuff. There's plenty of players to pick from. No doubt about it. But for a perfect delivery every time, full, straight, wide, anywhere you want it, KFC provide it. Download the app. Get involved. Get delivered. Anurag Therma, we're looking at the scorecards now. Northern Knights, well, they finished beautifully, didn't they? Captain Anton Devcic brought them home, but it's a solid start and a solid finish. That's all you need in a total like that.
Yeah, we saw a fantastic game of cricket, didn't we? It all started with Kartane Clark up the top there. He did the right thing for the team. He had a crack early, tried to get some early momentum, and then Seifert obviously held that innings together for a while, and Cooper chipped in with a nice 23. But Anton obviously showing his experience as he has for many years, and 100%. Brought the team home. And
24 off 12. How nice was that from Clark early on? And Seifert did his part, as you said. And as we go to the Stags bowling attack, well, not too many wickets to choose from. Tickner tried to stir the pot at the end. Lennox was fantastic with his spin. But all in all, it was always a very hard total to defend, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the spinners were obviously the key for the Stags bowlers, same for the Knights. And yeah, Jazz and Lennox, they both bowled extremely well. And that was just the way that goes. I think they were 20 runs shy potentially, and George sort of mentioned that in the after-match chat. So, yeah, but good game of cricket all round, I think.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Nice to see the fans sticking around for a few autographs. They've seen a good show tonight. No doubt about it. So now you've got the chance to see us in the flesh. Welcome to the commentary box. This is your team. Not quite the Dream11, but we're here. Willie Nichols, you were just downtown on the ground with both captains. Some satisfied work from Anton Devcic tonight.
Yeah, very satisfied, wasn't he? On the board, you could see how much getting that victory did mean to him in the side. And Northern Districts cricket, we've had the Marshall brothers, but now we seem to have the Walker brothers. Matt McHugh, and just your assessment of that performance. Brett Hampton was the man of the match, but for me, the spin twins through there really turned that game.
Yeah, they had an outstanding day today. They both bowled absolutely beautiful in tandem. It's something special, Obviously, we've both got brothers as well, and it would be really great to play cricket with them. But hey, we've only done it at a club level.
No chance.
But no chance at any other level. So how good. It was great to watch.
Yeah, Anurag Verma, I mean, you know both of them pretty well. They would have enjoyed that. Mum and Dad here potentially tonight as well.
Yeah, they'd have absolutely loved that. And they both bowl beautifully well. And the wicket assisted them, but you still have to bowl well. And I think they did a fantastic job. But it's just good to see both of them actually getting their opportunity. They've sort of been around the team, the squad for many years, especially Joe. But it's good to see them actually getting that chance and actually contributing. And they're doing a fantastic job at the moment.
A bit of experience in the chase there at the end, iced by Devsich and Hampton.
Yeah, I mean, he's done that for I don't know how many teams now, played all around the world. So, yeah, it's good to see him just, go put the icing on the cake. And Hampton, obviously, we saw one lusty blow, and we want to see many more of those from him in the coming games.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? The pitches are normally fast and we want sixes, but I really enjoyed the low total today. It adds that little bit of pressure and that little extra bit of tension in the field. But I guess when you're playing at home, you need to get the win, and when you're 0-3, you get the win, it's pretty satisfying.
You've always been a bit of a sadist, George Harper Jr., and you do like the tough, the grind. It actually reminded me a little bit of throwback to the World T20 Black Caps versus India 2016, defending a very low one there, and it was two guys who could well be out there, Mitchell Santner and Ish Sodhi, and this is what I wanted to get to, Anurag. You guys would be pretty excited with the artillery you might potentially be able to get in the back half of this competition if you can get a roll on.
Yeah, well, that's why it was important to get a win tonight and get some points on the board because, yeah, like you said, we'll probably likely get a lot of those Black Caps and potentially even more. We don't know. We've got so many Black Caps in the Knights team, which we're fortunate to have. So you never know. It's just important. Yeah, it's just good to get some points on the board. And yeah, once Mitch comes back in, once Ish is fit, and yeah, we could have a pretty exciting side going forward.
It's very similar for the Aces. Well, Matt McEwen, you're obviously injured at the moment, but they're having a tough start to the comp, but they're also going to have some good players come back and really spice this competition up.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have Kyle Jamieson come back, and hopefully Martin Guptill will slot back into this top of the order, and I guess that just adds that little bit of expertise in both disciplines, but it's just a matter of them just getting that one win and then getting on that run. Like I said yesterday in the broadcast, I said that the Wellington Firebirds 3 years ago lost 5 in a row, went on a run, and end up winning the competition. So it's going to be an interesting old campaign. But hey, every team can beat every team in this comp, so it's going to be great fun to watch.
Great fun to watch indeed. Well, it's been a fantastic day here today at Seddon Park in Hamilton. Matt McEwen, Anurag Verma, we thank you. George, of course, we've thanked you. It's been great to have you here on the NZC Productions. We're going to be back with a couple more later in the season. We're getting plenty of feedback, and if you'd like to get involved in the commentary team, then please do get in touch, because we don't pay a lot, but we do have a lot of fun. And that's enough here from us tonight at Seddon Park. Dream11 Super Smash, presented by KFC. It's over and out.
It's time to push play on New Zealand cricket. All of the Black Caps, White Ferns, and Super Smash matches. Live and on demand on Spark Sport.